We are back. And so is OG Anunoby. Let's get right to it. Let's start the show. Thank you. Hold the applause. We are back. Just like OG Anunoby tonight, who will be back in the starting lineup. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I did not expect it. I did not expect it to be this early. I did not expect him to make a comeback until my expectation was probably Tuesday when they take on the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Cup game. I thought that was probably the most likely day for the return, especially considering that they're taking on the Orlando Magic on Sunday, another big, strong, bruising team. Why would you put OG Anunoby back out there for that game? But instead, he's a little bit ahead of schedule, just by a couple of days, but still ahead of schedule here, taking on the Utah Jazz. And thank goodness, because what I've been saying the last couple of days is that the Utah Jazz have a pretty decent chance of beating the Knicks if the Knicks don't have OG Anunoby, because who the heck is going to guard Lauri Markkanen, who is averaging 28 points per game this year, actually started the year averaging 30. It's gone slightly down to just 28, but still 28 points per game for Lauri Markkanen. The Knicks had nobody to match up with him, and maybe, not a 100%, a little rusty OG Anunoby tonight probably isn't the greatest matchup for a guy like Lauri Markkanen, who still has a size advantage over OG. So it's just going to be a fun matchup tonight. I do expect with the Knicks at home at the Garden to get the bump of the returning player as well as the home crowd bump, as well as I think everybody's a little bit excited with the big game against Orlando coming up, and then another big game against Toronto for the NBA Cup quarterfinals game to be really big. Right? Sharon McLean, what's up, Sharon? Karen, Mark, my man Albert, appreciate y'all. Chris Kahn, what's up, Chris? Today is my birthday. Wish me, my wishes for a Utah win. Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you. Happy birthday to you, my man. Hope you have a good night tonight. Jason said, Toji Cat loves beating up on bum teams. I saw that stat line the other night. LOL, the Jazz aren't much better, so he might be a triple dub for him tonight. He didn't play well against the Charlotte. Nobody really played well against the Charlotte Hornets, but he did put up numbers. Everybody pretty much put up numbers because it is the Charlotte Hornets. If you don't put up numbers against the Charlotte Hornets, something's very wrong. Lano Monas, what's up, Lano Monas? Appreciate you, my man. So we are back here tonight. Justice's dad, my guy, appreciate you. Jason, my man Jason, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to start where we always start, with the captain, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, maybe he's starting to get back on track a little bit after a slow couple of games, a rough couple of game stretch there against the Toronto Raptors, and then probably his worst game we've ever seen him play in a Knicks uniform against the Boston Celtics. He had an okay game, put up numbers and whatnot against the Charlotte Hornets the other night. So cool, great. Hopefully that can spur him to get back on track. He's knocked down his floater, although the three-point shot still isn't really going down right now. In a little bit of a slump. Three-point percentage starting to plummet a little bit. 35.5. It's not great. It's about average. You want it higher because he can shoot it higher. But he's in a little bit of a slump right now. He'll come out of it. No big deal. Aries, what's up, Aries? Appreciate you, my man. JJ, what's up, JJ? I know you're like the troll in the chat with all the troll names. YouTube's taking away your ability to make troll names, my man. So I guess I could just call you JJ. What's up, JJ? But starting with Jalen Brunson, we know what Jalen Brunson can give you. Hopefully he has he starts piling up good games again and the shot starts to fall down because the jump shot escaping him a little bit these last couple of games. He's in a rut. He's in a little bit of a shooting slump. Still good. He's still always going to be good. He's always going to give you something. Boston game, the outlier type of performance where he was really bad in that game. It is what it is. Everybody has bad performances. It's just about the other guys being able to uplift you. So I think he's going to start getting back on track. The Utah Jazz don't really have anybody to stay in front of him. So, and they don't have the shot blocker Walker Kessler inside as he's out for the year. So Jalen Brunson should experience another good night tonight to hopefully get him back on track because, again, that Sunday game against the Orlando Magic, important. You already lost 2 games to them. So take care of business tonight. Don't look ahead of your opponent. take care of business tonight, and then let's get back on track for that Sunday game. It is an afternoon game, early start time, 12 o'clock. Ernest Cash, what's up, Ernest? Appreciate you, Ernest. Appreciate you. Aries, my man Aries. I think I shouted you already, but shout out to you again, my man. Appreciate you. That brings us over to Karl-Anthony Towns. And we did already mention it from the chat. Karl-Anthony Towns had a pretty good statistical game against the Charlotte Hornets, like pretty much everybody for the Knicks the other night against the Hornets. Good statistical game. It was the second night of a back-to-back, so it was a little bit of helter-skelter. But either way, Karl-Anthony Towns starting to, hopefully, knock down some more shots. On the broadcast here in the MSG pregame, they did mention Mark.TV. What's up, Mark.TV? Oda Austin. What's up, Oda? They did mention now Karl-Anthony Towns is about a 39% three-point shooter at home versus about a 25% three-point shooter on the road. So the home-road splits for Karl-Anthony Towns clearly taking its toll on his percentages as he's averaging out to around a 34% three-point shooter so far this year, which is obviously significantly well below his career averages. I do expect him to start knocking down shots as the season goes on. I've been saying that for about 10 games now. He's due for a big shooting game, like a 4, 5, 6 made three-pointer game where he's, 6 for 10 or 5 for 8 or something like that, where he goes out and he knocks down a bunch of shots, especially considering the quality of looks that he's getting. I think that's the most frustrating part, where it's like you're getting good looks in rhythm, in the half court, in transition, as a trailer, as a popper, out on the wing, out in the corners, up top, straight away. You're getting the looks that we know that you can definitely knock it down, and on the spots of the court that I know you're comfortable taking those shots. So Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to start knocking down shots. It's a matter of time. Just hopefully he gets there sooner rather than later because, again, got some good games coming up against the Raptors and important ones and against the Magic coming up. But, again, tonight, don't overlook your opponent. You got to take care of business against the Utah Jazz, who are plucky. They are a plucky team. They're 8-13, only 5 games away from 500, which is a lot. But, you would sometimes when we talk about the Utah Jazz, we talk about them as if they're the Brooklyn Nets or the Washington Wizards, and they're not that. They're well coached. They got some talented players, obviously starting with Lauri Markkanen and then working your way down to guys like Bryce Sensabaugh, who is a skilled player, like Keontae George. And we'll go through their rotation, as always. Never going to do that. Never going to disrespect the team like that. We will go through their rotation. A-Rod, what's up, A-Rod? Appreciate you, my man. Can we get 30 likes before tip-off? Hey, man, if you come into the stream and you haven't hit that like button, please go ahead, hit that like button. Chris Kahn said, at least Utah is not worse than Washington. Yeah, they're not. They're not. Although I'm sure that they would like to be, because if their lottery pick this year is top 8 protected, if it drops all the way down to 9, I believe, it goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, because every pick seems to go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they got to make sure that they are actually bad this year, but that's something that they will work towards towards the end of the year. Here so far, earlier in the season here, we're only about 20% of the way there, about 25%, about a quarter of the way through the season now at about 20 games. They could still look to compete and still look to bring along guys like Keontae George, like Ace Bailey. So, but we'll get there. Karl-Anthony Towns, but we get to the dog, OG Anunoby. Oh. Sometimes we forget how good this team can be because OG Anunoby is the linchpin. I said this 2 years ago when they made the trade for him in season, or is it 3 years ago now? No, 2 years ago. 3 years ago? I think it's 3 years ago now. Either way, when they made the trade for OG Anunoby and he initially came over to the team, I immediately coined him as the puzzle piece of the New York Knicks, in the sense that he just makes every other piece around him fit that much better, right? So at the time, it was DiVincenzo, it was Randall, it was Hartenstein, it was guys like that. He just made everybody make more sense when he was out there, healthy, able to play, right? And then obviously he missed the bone spurs and he was out for like a month and it was annoying and whatever. But it still rings true today, even on this team, because without OG Anunoby, they have no chance of guarding. It feels like they have no chance of guarding anybody because they don't have the size on the wings to really compete with anybody. Your biggest, tallest, best defender is Mikal Bridges, and as good and as tall as he has been defensively, and as long as he is defensively, and as good as he's been this year, he's just not going to be able to stop the Jalen Browns of the world on a consistent basis, especially if they get it going. A guy like OG Anunoby is a legitimate defensive stopper. He's a game changer, and it's not just the defense, because he's also giving you over 17 a game. He was shooting it extremely well before he went out with the injury. It's the offense that also allows things to click, that much better because he can attack the basket. He is a good finisher. He is a pretty good rebounder so far this year, averaging about 6 rebounds per game. He has been playing exceptionally well. He was playing exceptionally well. If he had stayed healthy, was probably going to be in the running for like on the short list of making his first All-Star team this year. Now I think that's kind of out the window unless he comes out and explodes again with his offense and his defense and really stands out and the Knicks go on a little bit of a run here. Then people will take recognition in him. But now at this point, it's just about getting back, playing healthy. Hopefully he can shake the rust off today. We see a good performance from him, and we're going to get ready moving forward with OG Anunoby. But so happy to see him back in the lineup. Always important to have your full rotation of players out there. Now the New York Knicks really only missing Landry Shamet. But we get to Mr. Consistent, Mikal Bridges, who came off of one of his best games as a Knick and his best game of this season against the Boston Celtics. He followed it up with another decent performance against the Charlotte Hornets. Like everybody played well against the Charlotte Hornets. This is the Charlotte Hornets. You should be playing well against them. If you didn't have a good game, you missed out because they don't play a ton of defense at all. But Mikal Bridges shooting it extremely well this year. About 44% from three-point range. It's obviously shot up since the Boston game. But 54% from the field. He's averaging 17 a game, damn near 5 rebounds, about a 4.5, and about 4.5 assists. So he does a little bit of everything. He chips in there. The defense has been spectacular since Anunoby went down. He stepped it up defensively. I didn't ask him to step it up defensively. He decided to do that himself. I asked him to step it up offensively, but he said, you know what? Without the dog, I got to go out there and lock up defensively. And he did exactly that. So it's going to be fun and interesting to see how he looks defensively now with Anunoby out there, where both of those guys can start flying around, and we have this version of Josh Hart. So things starting to come together for the Knicks, but again, with this being Anunoby's first game back, let's let him shake the rust off, and let's get things moving and grooving. John Corley, what's up, John Corley? Kwame Robertson, Kay Hazy, Susan, what's up, everybody? We get over to Big Mitch, and I got to move Mitch down the totem pole here because I'm going to run out of things to say about Big Mitch. He's just not either in shape, in terms of, or in the shape. He's in shape, but he's not in the shape that he needs to be in order to be as impactful as we know he can be. This is the number that really peeves me off. I always say with Mitchell Robinson, I'll take 50%, Mitch. One of the few times where you hear me say, I'll take 50% from the foul line. You guys know, big pet peeve of mine about basketball is missing the easy ones. And it doesn't get any easier than standing 15 feet away from the basket with nobody guarding you, and all you got to do is put it in the basket, right? He's shooting under 20% from the foul line so far this year. You got to start knocking some of them down. Okay, all right, that's one issue. Here's another issue. He hasn't been all that impactful defensively. Some nights he comes out and it's like, hey, that's the Mitchell Robinson that helps you win basketball games. And then some nights he comes out and it's like, come on, man. You're getting switched out on the perimeter, you're getting blown by, and you're not having any impact right now. As a matter of fact, they're picking on you, which is something that we should not ever be saying about Mitchell Robinson's defense, right? It's one of the only things that is valuable to this team alongside of his offensive rebounding. And as the season's going on, teams apply a ton of pressure on him with putting a 2 or 3 guys to box him out. Now, theoretically, that should open up more avenues for the Knicks to crash in, or other players on the Knicks team to crash in and grab more offensive rebounds, but it hasn't led that way consistently enough for it to be impactful. So as much as I love Mitchell Robinson, brother, I'm going to need you to step it up because you haven't been good enough so far this year. Now he is coming off the bench now. Josh Hart will remain in the starting lineup with OG Anunoby back, something we figured would happen. I'm more inclined to lean into Deuce McBride, but I understand with how well Josh Hart has played this year. Let's go ahead. Let's try it out. Let's see what it looks like, especially with Josh Hart shooting it the way that he's shooting it. And speaking of Josh Hart, let's go ahead, move right on to him. He's now up to 12 points per game, damn near 8 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game for Josh Hart. He's had a spectacular bounce back to his season after starting off the year where it was like, oh man, is like a decline coming in for Josh Hart because he is not playing with the level of energy that he usually plays with. He's still hesitant from 3, not attacking the way he used to attack, just seems a little bit lost offensively, and he was the guy that I was really worried about to start the year. I knew he would get it going to some degree because he's too good of a basketball player, too smart of a basketball player. But I did not see him just kind of everything clicking and also him becoming a damn near 40% three-point shooter. Now, maybe it was a little bit of a hot streak because he knocked down his first 3 shots against the Celtics, and then it was kind of quiet from there, and then also had a pretty quiet three-point shooting game against the Charlotte Hornets. But he's probably going to be somewhat inconsistent from 3, but as long as he's shooting it confidently and taking the open ones and knocking them down at a decent clip, I'll take 36% from Josh Hart. It doesn't have to be 40. I'll take 36% from Josh Hart. I'll be very happy with that. So we'll see how he evens out as the shooting goes the rest of the year. But Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? But very happy to have this version of Josh Hart back because he had me worried to start the year. He had me a little bit worried, but happy to see him back. And, of course, he's always a triple-double threat, always on triple-double watch. We get over to Deuce McBride, and back to the bench is Deuce McBride, which is no big deal. No big deal. No issues with a guy coming off the bench. He'll probably be in the same role. He'll probably have similar amount of minutes, especially with Anunoby coming back. You're probably going to want to monitor his minutes just a little bit, especially coming off a hamstring injury or a hamstring strain. Usually, whether it's one of those leg muscles, if you come back from a strain, you don't want to just throw him out to the regular minutes again because you don't want any of that re-aggravated because that can linger as the season goes on. So we'll work him back. Probably expect to see maybe 28, 30, maybe really low, like 31, 32 minutes for OG Anunoby, if that. So it should open up an avenue from Deuce McBride to get out there and play a little bit more. But speaking of Josh Hart playing well, Deuce McBride is also, like Mikal Bridges, up to 44% from three-point range. He has been firing away. There's a little bit of criticism of Deuce McBride in terms of as the game goes on, it feels like he starts red hot and he gets a bunch of shots up, and then as the game goes on, he kind of disappears into the flow of the offense, and it's like, no, we need you to continue to be aggressive, hunting your jump shots, and the Knicks to be aggressive in terms of seeking out Deuce McBride and getting him shots, especially off the catch or off of handoff actions or whatever, because he's been absolutely knocked down from three-point range. And having him come off the bench now, the bench has been lacking some offensive firepower, even with guys supposedly off the bench you can score like Yabusele or Clarkson, and we'll get to those guys. But they're really missing guys like Deuce McBride, like formerly Josh Hart, who was coming off the bench, and Landry Shamet, who were guys who were reliable at scoring the ball for the Knicks. So when Anunoby was out and we had McBride in the starting lineup, bench was really, really struggling to give us some protection. And with Miles McBride back on the bench, hopefully he could help unlock with his spacing some of those bench guys. We'll see what that means for Tyler Kolek. We'll see what that means for Jordan Clarkson and how the season continues to go on for there. But speaking of those guys, let's move on right to Jordan Clarkson, who's still averaging around 10 points per game. He somehow always finds his way to about 8, 10, 12 points, but it has not been efficient as of late. The field goal percentage is plummeting. The three-point percentage is falling off a cliff almost entirely. I can't remember the last time Jordan Clarkson knocked down a three, and he gets good open looks. He's not a good catch-and-shoot shooter. He started off the year well, but as the season has progressed, man, it's looking ugly. It is looking very ugly for Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson has value. He has a skill set for the Knicks How do I want to phrase this? I don't want to be too harsh on Jordan Clarkson because we know what you're going to get from Jordan Clarkson, right? You know what he provides. You know he can be a wild card. You know he can be a little bit all over the place. Jordan Clarkson, you know he's going to take some wild shots that's going to frustrate you, but his ball handling and his ability to get into the paint and make stuff happen is required. Whether he's knocking down shots or not, you need a guy who can put a little bit of pressure on the basket. And as he's getting older, he's now 33 years old. He'll turn 34 this year. He doesn't do it at a super high level, but he's a guy off the bench who can come in, give you a couple of baskets, step up, knock down some floaters, get to the paint, put some pressure on a team. But the defense is always going to be an issue. And then obviously, if he's not knocking down any shots from the perimeter, it's going to look rough for Jordan Clarkson. I'm sure the Knicks have already scoured the league and are ready to start making phone calls as we inch closer towards the trade deadline as to how they can improve the bench, because I'm not entirely sure that Jordan Clarkson is going to be a reliable playoff guy with the way that he's performing right now. Hopefully it's just an elongated slump for him and he's going to come out of it at some point here. But if there's any time to do it against your former team, it is a great time to showcase your skill set. So I'd very much like to see it. Mark said, Clarkson needs to step it up tonight, but I want more Kolek. I'm getting to the point where we might want to see a Kolek-Clarkson minute swap. Like, still put Clarkson out there and give him an opportunity, see if he has it that night. But I think Tyler Kolek has just been far more reliable so far. And neither of the guys super reliable, but I think Kolek has been more reliable. He is the younger player. Maybe has more value come trade deadline. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see how that situation is going to progress as the season goes on. But we got the Landry Shamet. Still no update on Landry Shamet. The last time we saw him, he was sitting on the bench, no arm sling, which is a good sign moving forward. But they said 4 weeks, about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago now. So we're just going to have to be patient, wait another month. Probably we'll get an update to him around Christmas time Hopefully he's going to rehab perfectly fine, no setbacks, no issues, and we'll see him back on the court come the new year, fully healthy, ready to go, because boy, oh boy, are they missing his shooting. Just his movement shooting, his ability to run the court and get to those corners. He was very excellent in Mike Brown's system. I mean, he's averaging 10 points per game. He was having a bit of a resurgent season. Obviously, he had the crazy national TV game against the Miami Heat where he went crazy for 35, 36 points, a career high. So he's having a great start to his year. Need him back out there. Need him back out there. Paul Sterling, what's up, Paul? Just that Celtics on fire. We will go around the league. We got a Miami-Orlando game that's already tipped off. We got a Lakers-Boston game that's tipped off. That is the Prime Video game, the Amazon Prime game. We got Denver-Atlanta. We got San Antonio-Cleveland. We got Portland-Detroit. Got some interesting games going on tonight in regards to where the Eastern standings could end up after tonight. So almost every important East team is in action here tonight, and a couple of them facing each other between Miami and Orlando. So Rudy Pooty, what's up, Rudy? Because that's it. Prime Big Mad, LeBron and Luka not playing. Oof. Yeah, for sure. I'm missing out on the LeBron-Luka experience. But that's going to bring us over to Gershon Yabusele, our final guy here for the Knicks in terms of who we run through for their rotations. If Tyler Kolek remains in the rotation as the Knicks get healthier, it'll be interesting to see, because I might have to make a Tyler Kolek player graphic here. Yvette Posada, what's up, Yvette? But we're going to stick with what we have right now. Gershon Yabusele, still not much to say. Every time I look at his stats, it just makes me a little sad because, man, did I think he was going to be so much better than this. I thought he was going to be around an 8, 9, 10 point per game scorer off the bench, really valuable and versatile off the bench. Spoke very highly of Gershon Yabusele in the preseason. I was like, oh yeah, when he figures it out, when he gets accustomed to his new team and his new teammates and the new offense and all of this, oh, he's going to be great. And it just hasn't come. Just hasn't come. There's a lot of speculation about how he probably came into the year a little out of shape. Didn't get off to a great start. Didn't make a great first impression. Is now finding himself as the odd man out. Even with the OG Anunoby injury, didn't see an uptick in his minutes. In the minutes that he did get, didn't really do much with them. Didn't give the coaching staff and Mike Brown any reason to trust him and put him out there. He did have opportunities to do things. Didn't do anything with them. Outside of maybe knock down an occasional three here and there. Only averaging 2.7 a game, 2.3 rebounds. He hasn't been an absolute disaster as of late, which is good when he's been out there. But with Anunoby back, probably don't even expect to see him tonight, but we'll see. Again, maybe we'll bring OG Anunoby back slowly, so maybe he will get a handful of minutes here. But I can't tell you the last time Gershon Yabusele cracked 10 minutes a game in a non-blowout game. Now we get to the Utah Jazz, and of course we're going to start with Lauri Markkanen averaging 28 points per game. The only guy on this Jazz team who he's probably going to make another All-Star team this year, but the only guy on the Jazz who is legitimate offensive threat that I think the Knicks should legitimately be worried about. They do have Keontae George, who's having a big breakout leap this year, but Lauri Markkanen, a former All-Star, probably on track to make another All-Star team, 28 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 2.1 assists. His biggest thing is that he's a big scorer. He's not the greatest rebounder, especially for his size at about 7 feet, but he does have, he is big. And not the greatest passer either. He's kind of gets a lot of his offense coming off ball, getting to it, coming off the screens, getting to his spot, and then with his size, the ability to just turn and fire over smaller defenders. He's an excellent shooter. We know this. 47% from the field, 36% from three-point range. He's liable to go off on any given night. He's already got a 50-point game explosion so far this year. So the Knicks are going to have to match up with him. And considering his size, there really is only one or two guys on this Knicks team that I will be comfortable with guarding Lauri Markkanen tonight, and that is OG Anunoby, and then maybe even Karl-Anthony Towns just because of the size that Lauri Markkanen has. Not worried about his quickness blowing by Karl-Anthony Towns, so I think Towns could somewhat match up pretty decently with him. Towns is not the worst perimeter defender in the world, especially as an on-ball defender. I think he can slide his feet well enough against smaller, towering players like Lauri Markkanen. So really the only two guys on this team I could see having any kind of success against him. Mikal Bridges can maybe use his size and his length to disrupt some of his shooting. But again, he's so big, he's so tall, he's a lethal shooter. Can just rise up and shoot it over them. After a couple of down years, Markkanen is back to being a star in the league. I think he only averaged around 20 last year, something around that. did not have a great year. Almighty Alpha, what's up, Almighty? MBM, what's up, MBM? But that brings us to Keyonte George, who's having a big breakout year for the Utah Jazz. 23 points per game, 7 assists for him. He's kind of just taking that point guard role and running away with it. He was really inefficient last year, but I think he learned a lot doing what he did. 44.5%, almost 45% from the field, which is good, which is solid, especially for a 22-year guard who's kind of a combo guard, who's learning how to play point guard. Only about 32.5%, almost 33% from three-point range. Not the greatest, so again, not the most reliable jump shooter, but can get hot in spurts. And so obviously you're going to have to guard him out there. He's explosive. He's quick. We'll see how the Knicks match up with him. If, Deuce McBride was still in the starting lineup, he'd be the perfect matchup for Keyonte George, but we'll see who they put him on. Probably Mikal Bridges is going to chase him around tonight. Don't love Mikal Bridges at the point of attack, but we'll see how he changes or how he defends him in the change of the defensive matchups tonight. We get the Walker Kessler, who's out with the injury and unfortunately out for the season. I think it was a torn labrum. Really unfortunate for him because he got off to a great start to the year and it looked like he was ready for a nice big leap. And possibly if he was healthy, I think the Utah Jazz would be competing for a play-in spot. We get to the rookie Ace Bailey. And Ace Bailey, he's been, I think, as advertised in what, if you had watched him in college and what he was possibly providing, or what the tantalizing skills could possibly provide in the NBA. Bailey has shown flashes and that you would want him to show. Solid and a promising start to his rookie year. About 10 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists. He's sliding in there. He's doing things. He's in the starting lineup now. 46% from the field. It's not bad for a rookie. 36% from the three-point range. Not bad for a rookie, especially for a guy who kind of sees himself as a go-to scorer as he develops later into his year. We'll see if he gets there. There were comparisons made to a guy like Michael Porter Jr. The start to his year, a little reminiscent to Michael Porter Jr. outside of MPJ's injuries, of course, but pretty reminiscent to what we saw to start the year for a guy of his profile. So 6'8", long arms, can shoot the heck out of the ball. Again, who do you Josh Hart going to guard Ace Bailey? Mikal Bridges going to guard Ace Bailey, and you're going to put Josh Hart at the point of attack with Keyonte George? It's interesting how the Knicks are going to match up against them tonight. Because Bailey, I believe, will be in the starting lineup tonight for the Jazz. Get the Kyle Filipowski. And Filipowski got off to a really, really fast start to his season, but has kind of trickled down back to, I think, what I would expect from Kyle Filipowski. 8.7 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.3 assists. Sub 33% from three-point range, sub 44% from the field. It's like, okay. He's liable to go off on you if you don't take him seriously as an offensive player. He can get to the basket. He can score. He's got size on him. He's, almost a 7-footer. Pretty light on his feet. He can tack off the bounce a little bit. After a strong start to the year, Filipowski's stats have actually dropped below last year's averages, his rookie year. So struggling a little bit this year, but I do think he's primed for a bounce back. He's going to have a pretty decent game, right? We get over to Bryce Sensabaugh. And Sensabaugh, I didn't change his context because I thought it was funny after I reread it. Mr. I get buckets, don't ask me to do anything else. He has a great jump shot, but still needs to work on refining the rest of his game. The jump shot isn't necessarily going down, isn't going in at the rate that it was last year. He's only shooting at a 33% this year, but he is liable to go off for a big night from three-point range, so you're going to have to guard him closely. You're going to have to chase him off the line. And again, he doesn't really want to do anything else other than shoot the basketball. Doesn't give you a whole lot else. 2.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists. So if you can limit his shooting ability and his finishing ability and attacking closeouts, you're probably going to limit Bryce Sensabaugh all night long because he doesn't give you much after that. Mark said, get the lead and maintain the lead is tonight's goal. True. To me, tonight's goal is don't have a second quarter collapse. Let's work on that. Right? Let's work on that. Just that to 9 games isn't much really for OG? No. I think people were overreacting. Like, things like muscle strains happen all the time. It's fine. You go out, you rest it, you come back. We should be all right moving forward. Let's do it. Right? We got the Georges Niang, and I think Niang's also out. Niang is not available as well, so he is out tonight. Kyle Anderson is interesting that I have him up here because I just assumed Kyle Anderson would be a part of this rotation. I believe he's only played 6 games so far this year for the Utah Jazz. Maybe he plays tonight, maybe he doesn't. The injuries have opened up some spots for him, but the Jazz obviously want to lean a little bit younger. Kyle Anderson getting up there in the age at about 30, 31 years old, something like that. So Kyle Anderson's fine. These are last year's averages. I didn't even consider updating his averages because, again, he's only played 6 games so far. So he may play, he may not play. But that's going to bring into the use of Nurkic. Is Nurkic playing tonight? As a matter of fact, let's check it right now. He did miss the previous game. He's played majority of the game so far this year. But if we go to their injury report, Yusuf Nurkic day-to-day, he's questionable for tonight's game against the Knicks. But, I mean, we are literally like 2 minutes away from tip-off. So I can tell you right now if I go to Twitter and we look it up. But Yusuf Nurkic is the last guy on the list. I can tell you right now, Nurkic, I even wrote it right now. He still has value as a smart veteran big. The stats so far this year for him have been solid. He's been good. He's a good big man. Karl-Anthony Towns will have not his hands full, but he will have to be cognizant of what Yusuf Nurkic is doing out there. He's a smart basketball player. So, Utah Jazz injury. All right. So we look it up. That's not what he needed. They're talking about OG Anunoby because, of course, he is starting 5. Yusuf Nurkic is in the starting 5 tonight. The other guy who's in the starting lineup who started majority of the games for the Utah Jazz this year is, and let me just pull him up here so we could talk about him real quick. I did not make a graphic for him because why would I think that this guy would be a like pretty legit starter for them this year? Where is he? There we go. My guy Svi, Mr. Once a Nick, always a Nick. I've actually always kind of liked this guy. We're talking about Svi Mikhailuk is starting for the Utah Jazz. We can look at his stats here. 9.4 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 2.2 assists. He's a marksman of a three-point shooter, shooting 49% from the field overall. What's his three-point percentage at? Because I know that is his best trait as a basketball player. He is shooting it at three-point percentage, 37.5. So you're going to have to get up on him. You're going to have to run him up the line. He's got a quick release, plays well off of handoffs. So going to have to. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug Fresh? David M, what's up, David? Cameron said Celtics really beating the Lakers. But that is going to wrap up our pregame here. Let me just check real quick. I believe Yusuf Nurkic is the last one on the graphics. It is. We switch right back to Jalen Brunson. So, with that being said, we can get ourselves situated. We can get ourselves ready. We're here with the game cash ready to go. We're getting ready for the tip-off. We should be tipping it off in about 2 to 3 minutes right here. But we could also run around the league real quick because we already have a couple of games tipping off. And like I said, a nice big opening here for the East. East is wide open this season. We've talked about it multiple times. Doug Brett said, I hope the Knicks get some good rest. Hopefully it's a nice big blowout and they can rest their guys for sure. For sure. Austin Reeves coming off a, 44-point performance the other night that we watched last night against the Toronto Raptors. Tonight, only 2 points. 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range. Oh, you guys can't see it. There we go. So Austin Reeves, in his 9 minutes, a far cry of what he did against the Toronto Raptors. Just that's in Magic on Sunday. Magic on Sunday. Big game on Sunday. Got to get that victory. Can't lose 3 games in a row in the early season to the Magic. Knicks got to bring it. Doug Fresh said Brooklyn beat Derrick's last night. Brooklyn beat the Jazz. They beat the Jazz, didn't they? Didn't the Jazz just played in Brooklyn? Right? Tonight is the second night of a back-to-back against the Jazz. Or against the Knicks, I should say. The Utah Jazz played last night against the Brooklyn Nets. We got Heat Magic, the close game at the end of 1. Obviously, keep an eye on this game. This will end before the Knicks game ends, so we'll have a winner and a loser there. Big game for the Miami Heat, trying to stay ahead of the Orlando Magic. Big game for the Magic, trying to climb the standings here. Doug Fresh said Detroit. They played Detroit? Or did the Jazz overall beat Detroit? Is that what you're saying? Jazz beat the Nets last night. They had a big comeback in the fourth quarter. They put up 42 points in the fourth quarter. So again, they're not going to go down quietly. I know the Nets are not a good basketball team, so don't get me wrong. But they won't go down quietly. They will battle their way back. You're saying that the Jazz have beaten the Pistons this year? I don't think they have, brother. I don't think they have. Jazz have not beaten the Pistons. I know the Pistons lost maybe not last night, but the other night. Was it last night? Pistons did not play last night. Was it Wednesday night? They did. They lost to the Giannis-less Bucks. Yes, that was a big, important game. Detroit lost. Again, we've gone over the box score here. Roger Laverde, what's up, Roger? I think Big Body Brunson is going to have a big game tonight. Let's go, Knicks. I hope so. They don't really have anybody who can guard him. So, he should have a big game. Today is Friday, right? There we go. We can go look at the standings real quick because a lot of teams fallen short a little bit. A couple of bad losses overall. The Boston Celtics have jumped them to 5th. They're 13-9. They're catching up. They're right there. They're right there. They're not going away quietly. I think a lot of people expected them to just simply tank. They're not doing that. They're battling back. Jason Tatum has warned that he will battle to make a comeback this year. So we'll see. But Detroit, 17-5. They are playing. Are they playing tonight? I believe they are playing tonight. But the Knicks right below them at 14-7. So the Knicks can't let games like this fly by. You can't lose games you should absolutely win. And he got a big game against Orlando, who's right here, who's already beaten you twice. And he got a big game against the Toronto Raptors, who are right below you in the standings, coming up as well. So continue to separate yourself here in the standings, and we should be fine moving forward. Here we go, getting ready for the tip-off here. But the Celtics just absolutely beating down on the Lakers. Jeez, Lakers, can you show up tonight? Can you show up? We went over the Knicks starting lineup, but for the Jazz, they got Keyonte George, Ace Bailey, Svi Mikhailuk, Lauri Markkanen, and Jusuf Nurkic. We did also predict that starting lineup, so we're good to go. David Osh Jr., what's up, David? We need to bring Dink to the big squad and sign him? I think so. David. Now, normally I'm not like a big, he's playing well in the G League, bring him up, but at 19 years old, a 37-point triple-double in the G League, come on, bring him up. Give him an opportunity here. I think he could for sure, be somewhat impactful here, much more with the big squad. I'd give him that two-way. But here we go. We're getting ready for the tip-off, so let's get to it. Let's line it up to where I want it, like that. Fine. And here we go. Put our pointer away, get our mic going, and the Jazz win the tip, and we are off and running. Keyonte George up top being guarded by Bridges. He gets the assignment. Coming to his right, they get over to Markkanen. Anunoby guarding him. They get it back to George. Keyonte George gets it over to Nurkic. Nurkic out to Bailey. Good ball and player movement here for the Jazz. Bailey down the lane, stop, turn. Kicks it out to Mikhailuk. Pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, goes up. Can't get it to go, and he throws it away. And guess what? OG Anunoby rotated all the way to the rim and contested Mikhailuk at the rim, and he forced him to give it up, and it's a turnover. There's the immediate impact from OG Anunoby as Brunson gets to the lane, but misses the little flip shot over Mikhailuk. Now here comes Keyonte George bringing it down the other way, leaves it off for Markkanen, driving to his right, stops, kicks it out in the corner. Mikhailuk, a left corner three for him. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns comes in for the rebound. Good box out from Anunoby. Now here comes OG Anunoby. So happy to say that again. Ricardo Brothway, what's up, Ricardo? Towns has it up top, fakes the handoff, coming to his left. Hits Anunoby, coming back door, kicks it out to Brunson, back up top to Josh Hart, a straightaway three, Josh Hart. Can't get that one to go. And again, I'm a little worried to see Josh Hart come back to earth a little bit from three-point range, but they throw a lob over the top of Josh Hart to Lauri Markkanen, and he can't get the layup to go, but he gets his own offensive rebound, rushes the shot, and misses it again. Two missed bunnies for Lauri Markkanen there, and the Knicks catch a break. Both teams remain scoreless. They get it into Anunoby, being guarded by Keyonte George. Anunoby's going to play some bully ball here. Gets to the paint, stop, turn, kicks it out to Brunson. They swing it over to Towns. He's going to pump fake, drive to his right against Nurkic. They kick it out to Josh Hart on the left wing. Hart comes to a left, hands it off to Anunoby. He's going to fire a three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Bridges the offensive rebound, lost it, picks it back up, has it on the right wing. They get over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Bailey. They get over to Towns, a straightaway three for Towns, and Towns gets us started. Come on, Towns, I need you to get it going from three-point range. I'd like to see that one go down to start the game. Here comes Keyonte George, bringing it down the other way. Bridges guarding him. He's coming to his left off the Nurkic screen. Bounce past the Nurkic, down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand, can't get it to go, and he draws a foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. So we'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Keenan Hara, what's up, Keenan Hara? Keenan Hara said never was that impressed with Markkanen. Yeah, 28 points per game is impressive. David said, if we don't sign Dink, any team can snatch him up. I don't think so, because I do think the Knicks have his NBA rights because they signed him to something. I do think that a team can come over and offer him they would have to offer him a legit NBA contract. They can't just offer him a two-way, I believe is how that works. But they can. He is a G League player. He's not on a Knicks two-way. So I think the Knicks have to carve out room for Dink Payne. They have to bring him up with a big squad and have him around the NBA team, because I do think he's a player worth developing. Yusuf Nurkic goes 0 for 2 from the foul line. We love missed free throws from our opponents every single time. Bridges has it up top. Trying to get it to Brunson. Good defense from Mikal to not give up the off-ball handoff. Bridges leaves it off for Towns. Towns in the right corner being guarded by Nurkic. Pump fakes. Driving to his left out of the corner across the lane. Flips it up to the left hand. Can't get it to go. Nurkic with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Pushing the pace. Nurkic hands it off to Markkanen. Markkanen up top to George. Keontae George directing traffic. He's going to run the pick and roll with Nurkic. Crossing over to his right. Bridges chasing him down in the lane. Pocket pass to Nurkic. Goes up, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Forced to miss. Josh Hart with the offensive rebound, bringing it down the other way. Rushing it down, putting his head down. Josh Hart in the lane against Markkanen. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go for Josh Hart. Love to see it. Love to see it. My man AP with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, AP, man. Appreciate you. I'll get to reading your super chat in a second here. Let's get to a stoppage in play so I can read it. They get over to Bailey. Bailey fires a three off the handoff. Can't get it to go too strong. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top, attacking Mikal. Hands it off to Anunoby. He's going to pump fake. Hands it off to Towns. Towns up top. Looking for a handoff guy. They get it over to Brunson. Swings through to his left against Markkanen. Step back, fall away jumper for JB. And there goes the first jump shot of the game for Jalen Brunson. 7-0 start. And then Bridges comes up with a steal. Bad pass from Keontae George. And then Bridges just beats him down the court. Scoop layup. Got it to go. Beautiful pass. Lead pass from Karl-Anthony Towns. It's a 9-0 start. Exactly what you want to see. And now here comes Keontae George bringing it down the other way. George has it up top. Being guarded by Bridges. They get it over to Bailey. They're diving under the screens. He's going to spot up and shoot the three. In and out, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Brunson bringing it down the other way. The Knicks have the possibility of going up double figures. And they get it over to Towns. Streaking down the lane. Takes a big bump from Yusuf Nurkic. Just body checks him. Nurkic goes flying to the floor. Towns stays on his feet. Big, strong dude. Big, strong drive right there. And Karl-Anthony Towns will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. My man AP. What did AP say? Said, these guys got to be on their best behavior now that they're getting shipped. They get court-martialed. They get the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think a New York Knicks Milwaukee Bucks trade is in the future here. I think the Knicks made a real offer. I think the Bucks balked at it, and I think the Knicks said, "Okay, we're not going to blow up our entire team and then be left with nothing but Giannis and Brunson, because that team ain't winning nothing." Deuce McBride is going to sub in here for OG Anunoby. Figured Anunoby was going to be the first substitution of the game. I thought Anunoby played damn well. Thought he played damn well. Towns at the foul line for 2 free throws. He knocked down the first one, so it's 10-0. A double-digit lead to start the game. Towns goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. I love when we knock down our free throws. And Keontae George bringing it down the other way. Still being guarded by Bridges. Interesting that they don't put McBride on him. They get it over to Markkanen. Markkanen hands it off to Bailey. Bailey's got nowhere to go. McBride, good pressure on him. They get it out to Nurkic. Nurkic out to George. George jab step coming to his left. Leading in, down the lane. Throws up a foul line floater. Comes up. Towns with the rebound. Hit a head pass to Bridges. Gets knocked out of bounds by Mikal. So the Knicks will retain possession. AB said, reminds me of the Anthony Mason and Larry Johnson decision. 3 days later, Larry Johnson was a Knick. Yeah, but they weren't traded. They weren't trading for one of the 3 or 4 best players in the NBA at that time. You know, like Larry Johnson, great, but Giannis is a legit MVP candidate. Bridges off the inbound, lost the handle, picks it back up, dancing with it against Bailey, crosses over to his right in the lane, scoop play with the right hand, got it to go. And the Knicks now up by 13-0. Mikal pull-up 3 in the right wing, comes up short, long rebound. McBride grabs it, and the Utah Jazz, tonight for them. They've got nothing. I know they're they got weak legs. Coming up, McBride, a step back 3, knocks it down. Deuce McBride off the bench and immediately just gets right back to where he left off. 16-0 start. This is already itching to get extremely ugly. Utah finally calls a timeout to stop the bleeding. What took you so long? What took you so long, Will Hardy? Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? Mark said, shut them out. Nobody scores tonight? That's crazy. The fact that that is still on the table 5 minutes into the game is crazy. I don't care how bad a team is. And I don't think Utah's that bad. I know they're on the second night of a back-to-back. I get it. I do get it. But I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? That's a crazy start. Not going to lie. It is a crazy start. Robes Pierre, what's up, Robes? That style Utah shows is called Cool Jazz. Just that's not even breaking a sweat. Not really. Not really. You're right about that. And it's not even like the Knicks are just shooting the lights out of the ball. I mean, it's easy baskets at the rim. They're just outrunning the Utah Jazz right now. And the Jazz are missing very makeable shots. They're missing very makeable shots, sure. They'll knock down shots as the game goes, but Lauri Markkanen missed 2 layups at the rim. Jusuf Nurkic missed a layup at the rim. So they missed very makeable shots. But even outside of that, Bailey got 2 open looks from 3. They're going to dare the rookie to shoot. He missed both of them. Keontae George missed a foul line floater. He can definitely knock that down. I dropped my microphone, my bad. So they'll knock down shots as the game goes on. But this is, Isaiah Gardner said the OG effect. True. The first play of the game, I will say, I think Svi Mikhailuk beat Brunson off the bounce and got to the rim. And OG Anunoby was the guy that rotated all the way from the corner down to the paint, went up contested. Svi Mikhailuk was like, oh, snap, hold on, and then kicked it out to nobody. And Towns was standing right there, like, oh, thanks for the ball. So OG Anunoby effect is true. It is true. He said the question was in 96, the Knicks taking a risk with Larry Johnson with a permanent bad back. Yeah, but like I said, the package was much smaller. The Knicks did not have to. The package was much smaller because, again, they traded for a guy with a permanently bad back. They're not trading for that with Giannis. They're trading for a guy who's in the MVP conversation. Rose Pierre said the Jazz don't even have 1 assist. I mean, they don't have a point. They don't have a point yet. I said I would be shocked looking at OG too. He's terrifying. He's terrifying. He's the Michael Myers of the NBA. He said they're shook by OG's mere presence. Almighty Alpha said the Celtics going crazy. I saw. Did I say Isaiah Gardner? What's up, Isaiah Gardner? Darnell. I saw Darnell. What's up, Darnell? Russell Field. What's up, Russell? Here we go. We're back into it. Keontae George has it up top. How long can they shut out the Utah Jazz here? Markkanen has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. They get it back up top to George. Coming to his left of the screen. Pocket pass to Nurkic. Down the lane. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Towns with a block. Quick outlet to Josh Hart. Hit ahead to Bridges. And he's going to go all the way for a big one-handed hammer. Oh, my goodness. An 18-0 start for the New York Knicks. The Knicks and the Celtics shutting out their opponents is hilarious so far tonight. But Nurkic has it up top. They get it over to Bailey. We are approaching the halfway point, and the Jazz have yet to score. Cross-court pass over to George. Extra pass to Markkanen. He puts up the left wing 3. Comes up short on it. Josh Hart with the rebound. Can we go up 20-0? Can we go up 20-0? McBride bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. And now we're directing traffic. We're going to run our half-court offense. They swing it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Bridges. Bridges on the right wing. Dancing with it against Keontae George. Loses the handle. And he gets it over to McBride. Swings it over to Brunson. Brunson up top being guarded by Markkanen. He's going to look to dance. Quick crossover to his left. Step back. Fall away jumper. Can't get it to go. Bridges right there for the tip. And we got the 20-0 start. We got it. Okay, now the Jazz can score. Fine, whatever. Hilarious. They got the 22-0 start. This is crazy. 20-0. And we are now at the halfway point. And the Jazz have yet to score. Keontae George down the lane. Flips it up the left hand. Can't get it to go. And another miss and another rebound for the Knicks. Hit ahead to Brunson. This is crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen this in an NBA game. Brunson to pull up 3. I'm sure it's happened. Oh, and Jalen Brunson knocks it down anyway. 23-0 start. 23-0. Call another timeout, Utah. This is no, they didn't. I thought they did. Keontae George bringing it down against Bridges. This is crazy. They get it over to Bailey. Coming to his left off the Nurkic screen. Over the top to Nurkic. Bridges knocks it out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Jazz. 5:38 to go. This is crazy. 23-0. Again, the Jazz can score fine. The Knicks went up 20-0 to start the game. And we're past the halfway point, and they have yet to score. Kevin Love is in the game. They're going to their bench now. Brian Sensabaugh is also in the game. They get it over to George. George has it up top. Markkanen is now out. Kyle Filipowski is also in. George is going to look to dance against Bridges, draws the foul, and knocks down the floater, and he's going to go to the foul line for one more. And there is their first basket. A tough and one floater from about 18 feet away for Keyonte George. He just had to throw it up there, and he's going to go to the foul line for one more. So, all right. Now they're on the board. Now we have a basketball game. Hart said Clarkson in to spoil the party. Clarkson subs in. Looking for a good night from Jordan Clarkson. Everybody getting on the action. Come on, we got to stay positive. Ready? What's up, Ready? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? 2 days ago, y'all wanted Malik Monk or Brook Lopez for Bodega. Keep that same energy. My boy ain't going nowhere. You're too hilarious in the chat, Chi-Chi. You're too hilarious. I love how you're calling yourself out. I love how you'll come in, say something crazy, and then the next stream you're like, yeah, the guy who said that is crazy. Isaiah Collier is also in the game. Probably should have made a graphic for him because he had a good season last year. Towns has it in the post against Kevin Love. Kevin Love's too old for this. Drop step, right hook off glass. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Kevin Love. Never mind. Maybe not too old for this. Here comes Keyonte George bringing it down. George gets it over to Love. Love has it up top being guarded by Josh Hart. They get over to Sensabaugh. Catches, pump fakes, driving it down against Clarkson. Euro step, kicks it in the corner. Filipowski, a left corner three, has been missing all season. Continues to miss. McBride with the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way. We're under 5 to go. And the Utah Jazz have 3 points. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Kevin Love. Fakes the hand off to Clarkson. Now over the top pass to Clarkson, under the rim by himself. He lays it up and in. Beautiful pass from Towns. Terrible defense from the Jazz. 4:30 to go. 4:30 to go. And we got 3 points for the Utah Jazz. Keyonte George curling off a Filipowski screen. Gets into the lane, throws up a floater. Can't get it to go. Looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Filipowski's going to pick him up. Brunson's going to hesitate. Crossover. Stop. Turn. Spin. Good defense from Keyonte George to come over, but they swing it out to an open Clarkson. Sidestep three for him. Come on, brother. And he knocks it down and the foul. All you have to do is foul Jordan Clarkson for him to actually hit a three. And the Knicks continue to steamroll their way through the Utah Jazz 28-3. I think people may have looked at the start of the night and thought the Celtics versus the Lakers was going to be the craziest game tonight in terms of like one team dominating over the other. But then the Knicks came out and did this against the Utah Jazz. Jason said, told you the cat, triple-double incoming. Already over halfway there. He is on the way there. What is, oh, he just subbed out for Robinson. So can't see his stats yet. Just subbed out. Robinson is in, and Jordan Clarkson misses a free throw. Come on, JC. We got to knock down our free throws, buddy. Come on. Collier has it up top to get it over to Sensabaugh. Almost turns it over. Over to George. Kicks it in the corner. Filipowski another three, and this time he knocks it down. Okay. Their first made three of the game. I forgot to credit earlier the made free throw from Keyonte George. So now it's 6-28. And we are under 4 minutes to go, and Brunson will bring it down. Brunson up top being guarded by Collier. Now Sensabaugh switches onto him. Brunson coming to his right. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Back to Brunson. Brunson dancing with it against Filipowski. Down the lane. Draws the foul. Flips it up. Can't get it to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 3:43 to go. Albert said, fix the score. 6-28. I got you, brother. I got you, Albert. I fixed it. I noticed it. I did notice it. Crazy not to notice considering that they only had 3 points, and I had it at 2 for a while. My bad, Utah. I was shortchanging them a point. What is the record for least amount of points scored in the NBA in a quarter? We have 3:43 to go, but Brunson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. I feel like I want to look this up. It's got to be like 6 or something. So if the Knicks can hold them to 6 the remainder of the quarter. Lowest points scored in NBA quarter. 2 points by the Dallas Mavericks in 97. Oh, it was 2 points by the Mavericks in 97. That is horrible. Okay, never mind. At least the Jazz didn't do that. Keyonte George up top off the handoff. They swing it out to Filipowski. Brunson did knock down the other free throw. George out of the right corner for a three. Can't get it to go. Kevin Love battling on the glass for a rebound. And McBride trying to box him out. Kevin Love draws the foul as he's been doing literally his entire career. It's 30-6. Foul on the floor. It'll be side out of bounds for the Utah Jazz here. Kenneth Kahn. What's up, Kenneth? Keontae George up top, driving to his left, kicks it in the corner, sends the ball 3 over Brunson, throws up a wedgie. Gets stuck between the backboard and the rim, so it'll be a jump ball between the Jazz and the Knicks. Lauri Markkanen getting set to check back in. Student said definitely under 100 by the end of this blowout. They have 6 points so far, so it better be under 100. They would need to score at least 32 points a quarter. Or 33 points a quarter, technically, right? No, 32. I had it right. They already have 6. So even if they don't score the remainder of the quarter, they'd have to score 32 points in each of the next 3 quarters, which, going off of how the first quarter is going. The Knicks win the tip. Brunson has it up top. Kicks it over to McBride. Pump fakes, driving to his left, back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Collier. Swings through to his left. Spins to his right, step back, pump fake, steps through, tries to kick it to Josh Hart, saves it before going out of bounds. Josh Hart over to McBride. The left 2-3 line me up. Deuce McBride in and out, can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the glass and gets fouled by Kevin Love, going for the offensive rebound with 3 minutes to go. Side out of bounds for the Knicks. AB said, there was a time when the Utah Jazz was a real powerhouse. Them Jerry Sloan years, man, them Jerry Sloan years. That Stockton-Malone pick and roll was deadly for damn near 2 decades. And then they were able to transition into the Darren Williams era, and then was able to transition into the Gordon Hayward era, and then was able to transition to the Donovan Mitchell era, and now they are where they are. Clarkson, a left corner 3 off the pass from McBride, can't get it to go. Robinson, an offensive rebound, kicks it out to McBride. They swing it over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step. Now pulls it out. In and out dribble, coming to his right. A pull-up 3 for Brunson, line me up. Comes up well short, but a foul on Filipowski on the 3-point attempt is going to send Jalen Brunson to the foul line for 3 free throws. Can they go up by 30 points? Brunson will, and we're going to get a full timeout here for the Knicks. Can they go up? There's a possibility the Knicks can go up by 30 points here in the first quarter. It's 30-6 right now. What is happening? David M. said, holy crap, that's the score. That is the score. We are laying witness to NBA history right now. What is the lowest point scored in an NBA game? Now, I don't think they're going to be... There's too many possessions in modern basketball. They're not going to be in the running for lowest points scored in an NBA game in the shot clock era. Let's do that. The Bulls scored just 49 points and lost to the Heat in 99. Brother, y'all keep talking to me about 90s basketball, and the Dallas Mavericks scored 2 points in 97 in a quarter, and that's the record. And the Chicago Bulls scored 49 points against the Heat in 99. Stop talking to me about 90s basketball anymore. They scored 49 points in an NBA basketball game. The Utah Jazz will not score 49 points tonight. And they're that bad. Karen said Lakers 37, Boston. You didn't put the score there, Karen. Hold on, we can look though. I got you, Karen. I got you. I know that is a blowout game. It's 63-39 now. 63-39. Austin Reeves continue to be trash. Miami and Orlando playing a close game. Atlanta blowing out Denver. Is Jokic playing? He can't be playing. There's no way he's playing. Tim Hardaway Jr. is listed here as their top performer so far in the game. No way Jokic is playing. Jokic is playing. Okay. So is Jamal Murray. Okay. Atlanta. Still no Trae Young. Still no Porzingis. What? Okay, so Atlanta's just going to be up by 18 after the first quarter against Denver. Bad start to the game for Denver. Maybe Denver is going to come back and make this interesting. We'll see. What is going on in the NBA today? National Blowout Association for sure. The Hawks are blowing out the Nuggets. The Lakers are blowing out the Celtics are blowing out the Lakers. And then the Knicks are blowing out the Jazz. Spurs up by 10 on the Cavs. Okay, we'll monitor how that game goes. Raptors Hornets just tipped off. And then the rest of the games, you got 76ers, Bucks. Okay, somewhat interesting there. Mavs, Thunder. Somewhat interesting because the Mavs are on a 3-game winning streak. Can they upset the Thunder here? Who knows? Kenneth Kahn, what's up, Kenneth Kahn? It's called the Blowout Night. Yeah, the NBA actually stands out for National Blowout Association. Judge that said Spurs versus Cavs is a huge letdown too. I mean, it's a 10-point game. 10-point game. There's not done with the first quarter yet. 9-point game. 9-point game now. But I know no Castle, no Wemby, and still Spurs still finding ways to win. It's only an 8-point game. Only an 8-point game. The Cavs have not been good so far this year. They are 13-10. So they're hovering around 500. So here we go. Brunson, we're back in at the foul line for 3 free throws. He knocks down the first one. My goodness. My goodness. I have to, keep adjusting my eyes. I'm not seeing this correctly. There's no way I'm seeing it. It's not 31-6 right now. Brunson at the foul line. He knocked down the first one. He knocks down the second one. Brunson made the first 2. Knocks down all 3. It is 33-6. I want that is an NBA record to start a game. 23-0 run. It was only been tracked since going back to 96. And Bryce Sensabaugh knocks down a 3. Okay. I need the Knicks to knock down a 3 in response. King Free, what's up, King Free? Teddy Don, what's up, Teddy? Robinson has it up top. Hands it off to Anunoby. We have a little over 2 minutes to go. Brunson up top, being guarded by Lauri Markkanen. Coming to his left over Anunoby in the corner. He's going to pump fake, drive to his right, step back, pump fake again, steps through, and he travels with it. Coming back from the rust. Got a little smile, a little laugh to himself. He knew it. Shuffled them feet. Yak said, hold them to no points in the paint. That'd be a big accomplishment. They have not scored in the paint. The 3 made shots that they've made so far tonight have all been outside the paint. A long 18-foot floater for Keontae George and 2 threes. Markkanen left wing 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Robinson with the rebound. And here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. We're under 2 minutes to go. Brunson has it up top. Calling for a screen from Robinson. Coming to his right. Collier chasing. Brunson spins. Kicks out to Bridges. Bridges attacking to his right. Has a lane to the basket. Throws up the floater. Gets it to go down. There you go. More stops and scores, please. I want a 30-point lead by the end of the quarter. I'm going to get greedy. Collier has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his left off the Filipowski screen. Pocket pass to Filipowski down the lane, and he gets the easy. Oh, no, he smokes a layup. They're still scoreless in the paint. Nick Yak, they're still scoreless in the paint. Filipowski had the easy and 1 layup, and he just smokes a left-handed layup. So he's going to be at the foul line for 2 free throws. Jordan Clarkson gave him the simple foul, little touch foul there. Nostalgic Nick, what's up, Nostalgic? You know, I said I severely underestimated Boston this year. I told you they're not tanking. I told you they were going to hover around 500. They've actually been better than what I thought. I didn't underestimate them. I knew they'd be solid. I knew they'd be a solid basketball team. Isaiah Gardner said, 40-point lead. Let's get the 30-point lead first, and then we'll get to the 40-point lead stuff. Let's get there. Filipowski at the foul line. He knocked down the first free throw, so Utah did crack double digits for the first quarter, unfortunately. He does miss another free throw, though. We love missed free throws from our opponents. Robinson able to grab the rebound, loses it, comes back and blocks Sensabaugh, and then snags another rebound. He's just trying to pad the stats a little bit. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Behind the back pass to Bridges in the right corner. Now back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Markkanen, driving to his left. Step back, pump fake, spins, takes it out to Anunoby. Pump fakes, drives to his right. Anunoby scoreless so far tonight. Pump fake, leans in, throws it up, falling away, banks it in, draws the foul. OG Anunoby, speak of the devil, knocks down the fall away jumper, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 1 more. OG Anunoby back on the books. That's it. Mitch has 5 boards. He's coming to the game making an impact. He's actually been playing better since coming off the bench, which I love to see. Anunoby knocks down his first free throw, or his only free throw. And here we go, 38-10. Another stop, another score. We get a 30-point lead here in the first quarter. I would love it. I'd love to look up in NBA history if the Knicks have ever held a 30-point lead after a first quarter. Bryce sends the ball, kicks it up top to Collier. Good defense from the Knicks. Collier's going to look to dance, coming to his right of the screen, drives down the lane, kicks it out Markkanen in the left corner 3. He's open. Can't get it to go. Robinson a rebound. Quick outlet to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Across the lane, riding the wave. Out to Brunson, extra pass. Clarkson, a left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Robinson comes flying in, battling for the rebound, but can't grab it. Here comes Collier, bringing it down the other way. Shovels it out to Filipowski. Filipowski over to Sensabaugh, driving to his left in the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Markkanen in the left corner 3, and he finally gets one to go down. Knicks not going to get to that. They're not going to get to that 30-point lead at the end of one. I spoke too soon. Brunson bringing it down for what should be the final shot of the quarter here with only 10 seconds to go. Brunson being guarded by Collier. The mythical 5-point bucket for Brunson. Step back 3 for him. I'll take a step back 3 for Jalen Brunson. 28-point lead I'll take. 3/4 court heave. And that will end the first quarter. 41-13. A 28-point lead for the Knicks. K. Hazy said Brunson is cold. Ice cold. He's as cold as it is outside, man. 41-13. Teddy Don said, yes, OG is back. Yes, he is. And this is what happens with OG Anunoby back. I mean, Lauri Markkanen's having a disastrous of a game. 1 for 7 from the field on almost entirely open looks. So, there's that. Okay, he said another 40-point quarter. See what happens? You get OG Anunoby back, and then suddenly you're back into the 40-point quarter column. You get OG Anunoby back, and suddenly everything makes sense again. This is a crazy basketball game, though. This should not make sense. This should not happen in an NBA where there's parity, for the most part, except for one team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. But everybody else is there's parity. The Utah Jazz have some talented players. Markkanen is going to be an all-star this year. Filipowski's a good young player. Keontae George is making a leap. Ace Bailey's a good rookie. Isaiah Collier's, he's had stretches where he's shown really good basketball, the ability to play really good basketball. Sensible is a shot maker. They have players to do things. They should not be getting blown out 41-13 in a first quarter. That should just not be happening. That's a 4 versus 5 second quarter. This is going to help the Knicks plus-minus stats immensely because everybody's going to be high in the positive with the way that first quarter went. (41-13). Crazy. You guys heard me talk about coming into this game, how I thought this was going to be not a tough game for the Knicks, but I thought the Jazz were going to give the Knicks some issues. I didn't think OG Anunoby was going to be back tonight. But it's not like OG Anunoby was super impactful in that first quarter. He was impactful. He had good minutes, good moments, and whatnot. He was there in the rotations. He's there as a threat offensively and whatnot. It changes fundamentally who guards who and whatnot. But I just did not think that the Utah Jazz were going to play this bad. Angela, what up, Angela? Angela one's Roman. The OG effect. Everyone's been saying it. The OG effect, man. Kenneth Compton, Markkanen hurting? I'm sure he is. My feelings would be hurt after a quarter like that. I'll tell you that. I don't know if he's physically hurting, but my feelings would definitely be hurt. Here we go. Deuce McBride bringing it down. Start of the second quarter. McBride has it up top. He's out there with Towns, Clarkson, Bridges, and Anunoby. Anunoby gets open. Right wing 3. Comes up short. Bailey with the rebound. Here comes Collier. The Jazz are out there with Collier, Ace Bailey, Svi Mikhailuk. Pump fakes driving it down. Takes it back out to Collier. He's out there with Nurkic and Markkanen. Back out to Mikhailuk. He puts up the 3, and he gets it to go down. 25. The lead is down to 25. All right, don't let it get below 20. I don't want anything below 20. I'll be upset if it gets below 20. Here comes Bridges bringing it down the other way. Hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson up top. They get it back to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns on the right wing being guarded by Nurkic. Looking for some cutters. He's got nobody open. Gets it to Anunoby down low. He's got the mismatch against Mikhailuk. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go out of the post move. Anunoby definitely looked a little rusty. Trying to force it a little bit. Trying to get some easy ones. Mikhailuk has it in the right corner. Out to Nurkic. Back to Mikhailuk. Gets open for another 3. A straightaway. Can't get that one to go. Good box out from the Knicks. And Bridges, the ball hits the floor. That's how well they boxed out. And Bridges able to secure the rebound. Driving it down. Pulls it back out. Up top to Towns. Jab step, pump fake. Step back 3 for Towns. Airballs it. Got a little too happy feet there for Karl-Anthony Towns. Come on. Utah will bring it down now. Collier has it up top, being guarded by McBride. A little bit of full court pressure there. Now McBride backs off a little bit. Collier has it up top. You get over to Markkanen down the lane. Cross. Righty hook. Still really struggling. Nurkic with the offensive rebound, though. They can't get out to Mikal, another three. He can't get that one to go. Rebound right back to Nurkic. He puts it up, and he finally gets one to go down. There's, I believe, the first points in the paint, right, Yak? I think that's 2 now. Utah, 1 basket in the paint from Nurkic there. McBride has it up top. Is now down to 23. I don't like it. I want a 30-point lead. I don't want this to be in the teens anymore. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Bailey. Crosses over, out to McBride. McBride driving to his left. Good defense from Collier. McBride puts up the mid-range jumper. In and out, can't get it to go. Towns, the offensive rebound in the paint. Pump fake, goes up and gets the layup to go over Nurkic. Good move from Towns. Here comes Collier, bringing it down against Bridges to get it over to Nurkic. Nurkic up top. Karl-Anthony Towns already with 7 and 8. Bailey, a right wing 3, can't get it to go, but he draws a foul on Deuce McBride, so he's going to be at the foul line for 3 free throws. Come on, Deuce. Come on, Deucey. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, 2 free throws. It says Toes was on the line. He's going to be at the foul line for 2. NBM said they did score 42 points in a quarter, apply more pressure. Yeah. Scored 42 points in that fourth quarter, for sure. Oh, it's Angel. It is Angel. I thought it was Angela. This is Angela Dash. My bad. Angel. Angel A1 Droman. What's up, Angel? Sorry about that. AP reminding people of the like button. Yes, if you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead and hit the like button. The Knicks are having a historic performance so far tonight, 43-19. This one will definitely go down in the Knicks record books, that's for sure. McBride has it up top, coming to his left. Walter Clayton Jr. is in the game for the Jazz. They kick it out to Towns, a straightaway 3 for Towns, and Towns getting on the board from 3-point range, his second of the game. 19. Bailey did knock down 2 of the 3 free throws. 19-46. Knicks back up by 27 points. I want a 30-point lead. I want to be selfish. Give me a 30-point lead. We'll go from there. They get it in the Nurkic. Hand it off to Clayton Jr. Clayton coming to his right, being guarded by McBride. He's going to dance with it. Cross-court pass. Mikal, pass fake. Drive to his right in the lane. Fall away over Towns. Out of the mid-range. Can't get it to go. Markkanen skying for a rebound. He can't get it, but he gets fouled by Bridges. So I believe it go to the foul line for 2 free throws. David said we need this Sunday and Tuesday. Well, the teams we're playing Sunday and Tuesday are not as bad as the Jazz. They'll actually make some of the shots that the Jazz have gotten good open looks. It's not like the Knicks have been dominant defensively. The Knicks have played a good defensive game, but the Jazz have just been horrible. They have been horrible. And the referees are going to take the free throws away, and they're going to say side out of bounds for the Utah Jazz. Josh Hart is going to come back in. OG Anunoby comes out. They get it into Nurkic. Nurkic has it up top, being guarded by Towns. Hits Markkanen, come back door, being guarded by Josh Hart. Gets blocked by Bridges, but they call a foul on Bridges there again, and Markkanen now will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Bridges doesn't object to the foul. See the replay. I don't know. That looked a little clean to me. He did have a lot of hand, but hand is part of the ball. That's 3 fouls on Mikal Bridges now. Okay. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Knicks have to keep the foot on the gas pedal, keep playing our game for good habits. Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to build up bad habits, even in blowouts like this. So marking it at the foul line, he knocks down the first one. I want a 30-point lead. I don't want this to drop down to the teens. At the very least, keep it in the 20s. Kolek coming in now. Knicks wearing their statement jerseys, by the way, the black jerseys with the orange and blue side rails. Kolek coming in for Bridges. So we're out there with McBride, Kolek, Josh Hart, Clarkson. We've got the 3-guard lineup that I don't really like of McBride, Kolek, and Clarkson. Don't really like that. Here comes Tyler Kolek bringing it down. Markkanen did knock down both free throws. Maybe they can get him going. Knicks have to make sure they keep him down. Kolek tries to throw a bullet pass inside to Clarkson. Good hands from Mikal to knock it out of bounds. Game. Slow in pace now. Yak said Bridges leads us with blocks. He does. He does 1.2 a game. Fungpei, what's up, Fungpei? I slapped your leg because your boys are getting it done. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. James Sumler, what's up, James? Josh Hart gets it into Kolek. Kolek coming to his right off the Town screen. They kick it out. McBride wide open straight away. Three. Some classic Spain pick and roll action there. McBride wide open straight away. Can't get it to go down. And here comes Kyle Filipowski. Get it over to Nurkic. Hits Mikal Bridges back door to the rim. Can't get the layup to go. Great defense from McBride contesting at the rim. McBride, the rim protector. Who knew? Hit ahead to Clarkson going along the baseline. Clarkson goes under the basket. Pass fake, pump fake, cross court. McBride wide open. Right wing three. Line me up, deuce. There you go. He missed a wide open one previously, but then rewards his teammate by knocking that one down there. Great pass from Clarkson, by the way. Got into the paint, didn't force it. Found McBride eventually. Nurkic has it up top, hands it off to Mikal. Straight away three as McBride gets a big screen from Nurkic there, and then down low is Filipowski snatching an offensive rebound and lays it back up and in. Kolek has it on the left wing, being guarded by Clayton. Kolek coming to his left. Back out to Towns. Towns on the left wing. Inside pass to McBride. McBride under the basket, being guarded by Filipowski. They kick it out to Kolek. A left corner three for him. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. And Filipowski skies for the rebound. He's going to bring it down now. Filipowski gets it up top to Nurkic. Nurkic comes to the left. Takes the handoff. Good denial. They kick it out to Mikal. Mikal back to Nurkic. Nurkic back to Mikal. Coming to his left. Playing the two-man game in the paint. Kicks it in the corner. A three for Filipowski. He can't get it to go. The Knicks will dare him to shoot it all night long. He has not shot it well this year. He has hit a three so far tonight, but he's taken a bunch just to get the one-made three. McBride gets it over to Kolek. Kolek has it on the right wing, hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson on the right wing, being guarded by the rookie Clayton now. Stops, turns, spins in the paint, throws it above glass, gets it to go, and the foul on Walter Clayton Jr. is going to send Jordan Clarkson to the foul line for one more. The Knicks with a 28-point lead. Clarkson can make it a 29-point lead, which would be the largest lead of the game. I want a 30-point lead by halftime. I want at least a 20-point lead the remainder of the game. Don't let this get back to the teens. Darnell said, I told you the Knicks start shooting threes, they blow out a lot of teams. I mean, it's not like they're going crazy from three. They're not red hot from three-point land. They've knocked down some good ones, some open ones. They've generated good open looks. The Jazz have just been terrible. The Jazz have just been flat out horrendous. Clarkson at the foul line, and he does rattle in his free throw. A 29-point lead is opened up for the Knicks, 52-23. And Walter Clayton Jr. will bring it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Kolek. They get over to Filipowski, back to Clayton Jr. Clayton driving down to his right in the lane. Lost the handle. Kolek picks it up. Swings it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart will bring it down. Knicks forcing yet another turnover there. Josh Hart brings it down. Over the top lob pass to Towns, and Towns was not prepared for that lob pass. It wasn't the worst pass ever. It wasn't a good pass, though, either from Josh Hart. It was off the mark, and it's a turnover by the Knicks. Ball will go back to the Jazz, but first, we're going to get a full Knicks timeout. Susan said, damn, the Jazz under 50 by halftime? The Jazz will be under 40 by halftime, and I'm not even positive they'll get to 30 here. They're sitting at 23. Jason said, Jazz better start playing a bit, about to fall asleep. This one is a snoozer. I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, it's fun. We get to just be in awe of what the Knicks get to do tonight. Yak said, Clarkson revenge game against his former team. Yeah, you want to show out against your former team for sure. For sure. I said, you cannot throw a lob for Towns. Come on, Josh. It wasn't a lob like a lob pass for an alley-oop. It was an alley-oop pass. It was a lob pass like over the top of the defense, but I don't think Towns thought Josh Hart was going to throw him that lob pass there. He was open. The pass was a little bit off the mark, but if Towns pursued it a little bit stronger, I think he could have gotten it. He would have been buried under the basket. I don't know if he would have been able to get that shot off, but would have been in good position. Dream Gaming, what's up, Dream? Is Keontae gone and went home? And Keontae George is playing. He's out there. He's 1 for 5 from the field tonight. He scored the first basket of the game for the Jazz at like the 4-minute mark or whatever it was. Jason said, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a playoff for the Knicks. This is just going to keep my adrenaline pumping tonight. This is not going to keep my adrenaline pumping. Oh, I get it, brother. I get it. Listen. By the time the third quarter comes around, it's going to be, because we're going to be like, hey, just don't make sure the Jazz don't come back. So it's going to be crazy. That's it. Going outside to grill some steaks, pray for me. I don't know how you're going to do that, brother. It is freezing out there. It was freezing when the sun was up. I like shoes. What's up? I like shoes. Sheffy, thoughts on the Giannis reports? I've given my thoughts on the Giannis reports. Giannis will not be wearing a Knicks jersey this season. If he's still in Milwaukee come the offseason, we can talk about it then. But it seems like Giannis trade during the season is imminent. Just will not be to the New York Knicks. I'd be very, very, very surprised. I think there's like maybe a 10% chance he ends up on the Knicks. Very low chance it happens. King Free, what's up, King Free? We need to do better in this quarter. Not looking good so far, brother. They got a 29-point lead, my man. What do you mean? What do you mean? You got a 29-point lead right now, man. Kenar said Adam Silver should throw in the towel his tenure. He should. He should. I mean, look. I don't know who would be next in line. I don't know if they would be better or worse. But as much of a jerk as David Stern was, he did know and like basketball. I don't know about him. So I don't know if Adam Silver knows or even likes basketball. Here we go. We're back into it. Mo Diawara's in the game, baby. Mo Diawara minutes. This is the beauty of a blowout. You get rookie minutes. You get rookie minutes. Jason said, my man Giannis took the drive the other night and got out of that game ASAP. Oh, he took a dive? Yeah, maybe. Keontae George has it, pulls it out, steps back for a three of a Robinson, and he knocks it down. His first three-pointer of the night. Here comes Kolek. Woo. Here comes Kolek bringing it down. Kolek has it up top, being guarded by George. Coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Snake pick and roll. Over the top pass to Robinson. Catches, pump fake. One dribble under the rim, and he gets a big, strong dunk. Nice pass from Kolek. Somebody actually passed Mitchell Robinson the ball, and he caught it? Crazy. Walter Clayton Jr. has it up top. They get it over to George. Coming to his left off a screen. Mid-range jumper over Robinson, and he gets that one to go. Mo Diawara is on chasing around Keontae George right now. That part of the reason why he's starting to get it going a little bit. Kolek has it up top, coming to his left, the Robinson screen. Another Spain pick and roll, ends up with a wide open three for Brunson. The Utah Jazz have been absolutely horrendous at guarding the Knicks' basic Spain pick and roll. Like, there's nothing special about it. A regular basic Spain pick and roll so far. And they've generated, I think, 3 wide open threes out of it. Diawara against Keontae George forces the turnover. George just mishandles it, but good defense. And a home run pass to Diawara. He has it on the right wing. He's not going to force it. Pulling it back up. They get it over to Kolek. Kolek looking to run the pick and roll with Robinson. Coming to his left off the screen. Snaking it down the lane. Loses the handle. He almost turns it over. The diving on it. And it's going to be Kolek against Love. Still diving on it. And Love's able to save it out to the Jazz. And they're off and running the other way. Spray it out to Walter Clayton Jr. He pump fakes. Back up top to George. Being guarded by Brunson. George gets it to Filipowski down low. Being guarded by Josh Hart. Backing him down in the lane. Goes up. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 5:05 to go. It's 54-28. A 26-point lead for the Knicks. Filipowski at the foul line for 2. King Free said second quarter is the worst, is the Knicks' worst quarter. We're playing down to the Utah level. Brother, they're up 26 points, my man. They're up 26 points. Kinar said, the team that should grab Giannis is Golden State. Yeah. But Golden State don't have any players that Utah's going to want, and they don't have picks. So they probably should. Pair with Curry, that'd be incredible. But I think Atlanta will be in on Giannis. I think Miami will be in on Giannis. I think the Spurs will maybe make a phone call. But 54-30, 24-point lead. Just don't get it down to the teams. Keep swinging back. Brunson has it on the left wing, being guarded by George. Coming to his right. Swing it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, a right wing three. He's open. Comes up short on it. Fight for the rebound. Filipowski's grabs it. They get it out to Clayton Jr. Clayton bringing it down. Being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Filipowski. He has it up top, being guarded by Robinson. Down low to Kevin Love, who gets fouled by Jalen Brunson. He was mismatched with Brunson. He went right down to the post. Hart said Kuminga. I thought they might have picks. They might have picks, but they're just not going to be good picks. And why would the Milwaukee Bucks want Jonathan Kuminga when the Golden State Warriors and Steve Kerr have done everything in their power to lower his value? He's coming off the bench. They've talked incessantly about how much of a headache and a pain he is to deal with. Edward Figueroa, what's up, Edward? Knicks need Giannis? I don't know about that. It'd be awesome to have him. It would be great if they could sign him as a free agent, but having a roster of Jalen Brunson, Giannis, and nothing else is not going to win you anything. Brunson bringing it down. Kevin Love split the free throws. It's 54-31. Brunson bringing it down in the paint, stops, pump fake, leans in, kicks it out. Josh Hart, another open three, decides not to take it, steps to the foul line, fall away jumper, and he gets that one to go down. Okay, I'll take it. 56-31, 25-point lead for the Knicks. Walter Clayton Jr. bringing it down, being guarded by McBride. Clayton coming to his left off the Filipowski screen, driving it down to the basket against Diawara. Can't get the layup to go. Josh Hart with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart in the lane, kicks out to Diawara. Diawara, cross-court pass. McBride, pump fakes, sidestep, puts up the three, gets fouled, and knocks down the three. Another one for Deuce McBride. My goodness. Great pass from Mo Diawara. Now the referees, it's a Jazz full timeout here. The referees are going to go to the monitors to see if it meets the criteria of a flagrant. My goodness. Deuce McBride is, how many threes is he had? He's 3 for 5 from 3 tonight. My goodness. AP said 409 and 73 likes. We need to be better, hit the like button. Appreciate you, AP. Appreciate you. Reminding people in the chat, here in the show, if you're enjoying yourselves, please go ahead, hit the like button, like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. It is the best thing you can do to help support the channel, support the community. The only thing I'll ask of you, that, and if you're enjoying the content and you want more of it, subscribe, because we are live Monday through the weekend. We cover not just every single Knicks game. We'll be here for every single Knicks game. But on the nights where the Knicks don't play, we cover other basketball teams as well, as always, covering the entirety of the league this year. AB said, you think they heard about the trade talks? I don't know. I don't even think the Knicks are playing like exceptional basketball. I think they've been very good, but I just think the Utah has been horrendous. They've been terrible. Oda said Knicks doing great on defense. I don't know if they're doing great on defense. Lauri Markkanen has gotten like a ton of open looks tonight. The Jazz have missed a bunch of layups. Very easy, very makeable shots. I think the Knicks have been good on defense. I don't think they've been great on defense. I think the Jazz have been that bad. Yak said 23 of the last 37 threes for McBride. It's crazy. It's crazy, Yak. King Free said Brunson, Zion, and Giannis. And Zion and Giannis will consistently be in and out of the lineup with injuries. They will win nothing. How much has Zion impacted winning down there in New Orleans, my man? Jason, Sound? What's up, Jason? Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the subscription, my man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Kay Hayes said this is average Knicks. I don't think it's average Knicks. I think that's going too far. I think there's a balance there between this is a really good game. They're playing a very good game. I don't think they're playing a great game they're playing a great offensive game. But the Jazz defense has been very bad as well. So the Will Hardy and the Utah Jazz coaching staff used their challenge here to see if Deuce McBride kicked out his legs. They did not win the challenge. Remains a foul on Filipowski. 4-point play for Deuce McBride stands. The Jazz lose their challenge remainder of the game, and they lose a timeout. King Free said the Knicks have the best medical staff in the NBA. That's not going to stop Zion from living the life that he lives that has led to these injury concerns. Also, like I said, how much winning has he impacted when he has been out there, even this year? Kind of been mediocre. He's not going to hit the potential that people had for him. Not doing it. The superstar level that We all thought Zion could hit. He's not going to hit it. He's just going to be a star who let that potential slip away. McBride knocks down his and-one free throw. Keyonte George has it up top, being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Love. Love spots up for a three, and he knocks it down. All right, anything you can do, I can do better offense. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, being guarded by Walter Clayton Jr. Coming to his right for Robinson screen. Another Spain's pick and roll. Brunson over to Hart. Hart up top to McBride. McBride swings it over to Diawara. Diawara hands it back off to McBride. McBride another three, line me up. Oh my goodness, Deuce McBride. Oh my goodness. What's gotten into Deuce McBride? Back up by 29 here for the Knicks. He's 4 for 6 from 3 yet again tonight. 13 points from him off the bench. Kevin Love fires a left wing three. He can't get it to go. Long rebound. Josh Hart mistimed his jump and gets the rebound knocked out of his own hands. And it's going to stay with the Jazz. NBM said Giannis to OKC. If OKC didn't win the finals, I could definitely see that. But because they won the finals, I don't think they're going to uproot their entire team and the way it functions to get Giannis in there. They're already 20-1. They don't need him. Keyonte George gets it over to Walter Clayton. Now they get it out to Markkanen. Markkanen puts up the three over Anunoby, and he finally gets one to go down. 37-63. 26-point lead for the Knicks. Brunson bringing it down. I still want my 30-point lead. Still haven't gotten it. Brunson has it up top, coming to his right off a double screen. Brunson up top, dancing with it, crosses over to his left, pump fake, leans in, steps through, kicks it out to McBride. A right wing three for Deuce, another one. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? I fully expected that to miss. And it did not. This is insane. This is insane. 5 made threes for Deuce McBride. I'm stumbling over my words because it's crazy. Nurkic has it up top, being guarded by Robinson. Good to now defense for McBride. Now Keyonte George driving it down, draws the foul. McBride, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And now that's his third foul on Deuce McBride. McBride up to what, 15 points? Oh, he just subbed out for Josh Hart because he picked up his third foul, but I guess we'll look it up at halftime. Kenny McLeod, what's up, Kenny? Deuce on fire. This is crazy. Yeah, he said, and why should OKC give up picks? He's not going to OKC. OKC, what's up? Speaking of OKC, what's up, OKC? Who do you think will win the NBA Cup? Probably the Thunder, considering they've only lost 1 game so far this year. WDS Grizz, what's up, Grizz? OKC has the picks. They do have the picks. They do have them. Do they want to use them on Giannis, or a guy who is, at this point in his career, consistently injured, getting less athletic? You know, got to call as you see it. 16, just as that, 16 for Deuce. Keyonte George knocks down both of his free throws. It's 39-66. With 2:30 to go. Brunson up top. Did I stop the timer? No, the timer's gone. Brunson handling it up top, hands it off to Towns. Towns off the handoff, swings through to his right against Filipowski. Stops, step back, mid-range jumper. Rarely see that from Towns. Can't get it to go. Markkanen with the rebound. The Knicks are just trying new things out there. Markkanen bringing it down, hands it off to Bailey, being guarded by Anunoby. Crosses over to his left, spins to his right, fall away, mid-range jumper. Gets a nice friendly roll off the front of the bounce. Good move from the rookie Ace Bailey for his first made basket of the night. 66-41, a 25-point lead for the Knicks to get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, being guarded by Markkanen. Hart coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Bullet pass inside to Anunoby for a reverse dunk for OG Anunoby under the rim. Beautiful pass from Josh Hart. Great cut from OG Anunoby, and he rises up strong for the two-handed slam. We do have the double bigs out there with Robinson and Towns. They get it over to Markkanen, put up the three over Anunoby. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Filipowski comes flying in, knocks it over to Markkanen. They hand it off to Nurkic. Nurkic being guarded by Towns. Over the top pass. Robinson with the steal. Way to be cognizant, Big Mitch. That's the defense we know and love from him. Josh Hart tried to leave it off for Towns. Gets picked off by Nurkic. Bad pass from Josh Hart. Here comes the rookie Bailey. Hands it off to George. George down the lane. Gets fouled by either Anunoby or Robinson. They were both there. But they just decided to send Keyonte George to the foul line for 2 rather than give him the layup. So we get a nice stoppage in play there. Roger Laverde, what's up, Roger? Deuce is the hottest three-point shooter in the league. I mean, this is crazy. He's got 5 first-half threes. Trey McBride. They got to get rid of the Deuce nickname. It's now Trey. Darnell said, Knicks are the best three-point shooting team. Just need more time. Watch. I mean, they should be up there. But Towns misfiring to start the year has not helped. Not helped their percentages. Keyonte George knocks down the first free throw. He is getting to the foul line here. Clarkson comes in. The Knicks are out there with Anunoby, Towns, Hart, Brunson, and Clarkson. Clarkson comes in for Robinson. They're going to go back to a smaller lineup. Just that said, OG looks 99%. I got to see him knock down a 3 first. Brunson will bring it down after George knocked down both of his free throws. It's 68-43, a 25-point lead for the Knicks. Still remains. A little over a minute to go. Brunson steps back, hesitates, now driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go, looking for a foul call, doesn't get it. And here come the Jazz pushing it the other way. Deontay George has it on the right wing, coming to his left off the screen. They show 2 out. They get it over to Bailey. They cross-court pass to Nurkic. Josh Hart went for the steal. Not a good double team out there by the Knicks. And then Josh Hart was the lone defender. He went for the steal, didn't get it. And a wide-open dunk for Nurkic. Didn't like that defensive rotation whatsoever. Like I said, I don't think the Knicks have been great defensively. They've been good, but bad decision there. A lot of player movement there for the Knicks, and they get nothing. Good defense from the Jazz. They finally get it over to Clarkson up top. Shot clock winding down. Clarkson coming to his right off a Town screen, trying to blow past George in the lane, throws up the floater, rattles it in, can't get it to stay, and now here come Markkanen, shot out of a cannon, bringing it down against Josh Hart, putting his head down, attacking to the paint, puts it up off glass, gets it to go. Just used his size and his height to finish at the rim. Final 30 seconds to go. Brunson will bring it down. 23-point lead for the Knicks. It's about a 5-6-second difference, 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by George. He'll wind it down as much as he can. Going to run the pick and roll with Josh Hart here. Go screen. One-on-one against Filipowski. They get it over to Hart. He's got a lane to the rim. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Spins. Throws up the high floater. Comes up short. Gets his own offensive rebound. Can't get the putback. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Hart knocks it out of bounds. 1.6 to go. So it's only 21. It better be 21 at the end of the half here. They're going to heave it. Nurkic throws a full court pass to absolutely nobody, and it goes out of bounds, and the Knicks will inbound it onto their own basket there. Who was Nurkic throwing that football pass to? Who's he throwing that football pass to? Who? So 1.6. The Knicks have more than enough time to catch and shoot it here. McBride will sub in, the hottest man on the court. He'll come in for Anunoby. The Knicks will probably run something to try and get McBride open. Brunson got it into Clarkson, and Clarkson gets blocked at the buzzer by Bailey, and that will be the end of the first half. Only a 21-point lead. They better come out in that third quarter ready to go. But they got outscored by Utah by 7 points, 34-27. So it wasn't a disastrous second quarter, but it wasn't a good second quarter either. Just that's it, end-to-end. Chucks it the full length of the court. It wasn't even near a Utah Jazz player. He just heaved it down there, thinking somebody was going to go grab it. Hey, it's a damn no 70-point half. No, that second quarter of doom is still killing us. Pass to Moss and Angel. It's crazy. Avey said, now 21-point lead. Got outscored by 7 in that quarter. Jazz are going to look to chip it away. 21's not an insurmountable lead, especially with how poorly they played to start the game. The Knicks got to get it going. I don't want to see I don't want to see the lead trimmed down to the teens. I want to see it trimmed down to the teens. I want this to remain a 20-point lead, and the Knicks have yet to give me that 30-point lead so far. So, not satisfied. Not satisfied whatsoever. Lewis, what's up, Lewis? That's what I say, even though they're winning. Big, have to play our game. We're losing the quarter, no good. Yeah, losing quarters is not what you want to see. Especially, if you lose the quarter by a little bit. They scored 34 points in the second quarter, the Utah Jazz. So like I said, the Knicks did not play good defense in the first quarter. That's not true. The Knicks played perfectly sound defense in the first quarter, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great defense. It was good. They had some good possessions there defensively, but they didn't play great in that first quarter defensively. The Jazz just missed a bunch of shots. So they made shots in that second quarter, so hopefully the Knicks wake up for the second half. And the second quarter has, so far this season, the trend has been that the second quarter has been by far their worst quarter of the season. I don't know what it is about second quarters. They just have been horrendous. It doesn't even make sense to me how you could have great first quarters and terrible second quarters. It makes no sense to me. But it has been the trend so far this year, so it is what it is. Hopefully that is the worst quarter the Knicks will play tonight, and then we're going to get back to some domination in the second half here. Let's go through the box score first. Then we'll go around the league. Where's the next box score? Here we go. OKC said, man, I can't wait till the Knicks play OKC. You're going to be waiting a long time, brother. The Knicks don't play Oklahoma City until March, I believe. Like, literally the tail end of the season. Both games are at the tail end of the season. Cross Signal, what's up, Cross Signal? Only a 21-point lead? Only a 21-point lead. Listen, man, when you lead by, 27 at the end of the first quarter? Yeah, only a 21-point lead at halftime is, or 28. They led by 28. They got outscored by 7 points. So they led by 28 at the end of the first quarter. To only be up by 21 at the end of the second quarter is not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. Got beat by 7 points in that quarter. Rose Pierce said, Jazz got more luck. It's now up to 30-30 versus the Knicks 50-50. The Knicks are not playing great defense. They're playing good defense. The Jazz are getting good open looks from three. They just knocked more of them down in that second quarter. If they just knocked down a regular amount of shots in that first quarter, it would have been a much closer game. They got a good open looks. Didn't knock any of them down. I do think as well, though, by the way, that part of the reason why the Jazz started to come back a little bit, Mikal Bridges picked up 3 fouls, and we didn't see him the rest of the second quarter tonight. You know, we got Mo Diawara minutes. That was part of it. So, not freaking out. I don't think it's like, oh my goodness, a terrible second quarter for the Knicks. I just wasn't the greatest. They remain up by 20 because Deuce McBride turned into Steph Curry for a second there. 5 threes in the first half for Deuce McBride. I think 3 of them came in that second quarter. So, Angel said a bad second quarter is better than the third. More time to recover in a tight game, which is not the case today, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's just weird. Like bad third quarters make sense to me just because of the halftime. You know, the whole thing about you go into halftime, then you come out and it's a little bit more lax, and you have to kind of refocus and all of that. So bad third quarters make sense to me. Bad second quarters, I don't understand it. Just Dad said one decent game against the Thunder last year. I mean, they only played 2. So the first game they played against the Thunder was a good, tightly contested, close game, and then the second game they played was terrible. It was a blowout. What's his name? Isaiah Joe went crazy from 3 and killed us. Yak said, when we get Brown subs out... Hold on, my bad. Chat's scrolling through. Yak said, when we get going, Brown subs out our players. I understand OG tonight, but let them cool off before subbing. Yeah, I mean, the OG thing, you're right. I get that tonight. You know, he's just coming back from the injury. You don't want to just throw him out there to the fire. So that makes sense. You're right about that. In terms of, like, the other guys he subbed out, I know he subbed out McBride when he was red hot, but he also picked up his 3rd foul, you know. And I get it. It's a blowout. You shouldn't be too concerned about the foul issue, but did pick up his 3rd foul, so I get subbing him out. And then Bridges picked up his 3rd foul early in the second, so I get subbing him out. But I think for the most part, I do agree with that, Yak. I do agree with the fact that sometimes I think Mike Brown is a little too quick to make a substitution for a guy when they're playing well. We've seen it a couple times this year, outside of this game. Sam Cooper, what's up, Sam? Knicks don't need to totally dominate this game. Important to rest starters and play bench some while still winning. Yeah, I mean, I think a normal rotation is fine, right? You could bench them in the 4th quarter when the game is definitely within your grasp, but you still got 24 minutes of basketball left. You don't want to start playing with your food too early. Buzzer Beater, what's up, Buzzer Beater? OKC said, that's right, the Thunder are playing the Knicks in the spring, but they might play each other for the NBA Cup too. True, they could see each other for the NBA Cup. They could. Student said, it's the Knicks regular thing. Second scary quarter is the Knicks thing. Unfortunately it is. Darnell said, it's not our fault. They're playing like that. They'll wake up, but it's too late. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Jason said, what do you think about the Clippers did the CP3? I think it's just reeks of a poorly run organization right now. And based off of the things that you hear about the way the Clippers have run their organization since Kawhi Leonard has gotten there, just reeks of the inmates running the asylum. So I'll leave it at that. Eugenio Reyes, what's up, Eugenio? AB said, the Thunder have been killing us since they were the Supersonics. The Thunder have been killing the Knicks since they were Supersonics, but particularly since even like when they became the Thunder. You know, they obviously got there with KD, and so they've been killing us since then. Even when they were bad, they were still giving us trouble. Blizzard Beater said, what's your package for Giannis? I'll get him a nice fruitcake for Christmas, but he ain't wearing a Knicks jersey, brother. He ain't coming to the Knicks. My package for Giannis is I'll give you Mitchell Robinson. Give you Mitchell Robinson and a cup of coffee. You don't want that? Guess you can't be a Knick, brother. Guess you can't be a Knick. I need him to play against along with a stretch five like Karl-Anthony Towns. So there's that. So I don't want to trade Towns for Giannis. Obviously, you're not trading Jalen Brunson for Giannis. I don't want to trade both of the wings for Giannis, but that's the only way to make the money work. Like I don't really want Giannis. I want Giannis, but I don't want to trade for Giannis, unfortunately. Too big of a cost. He's too injury prone at this point in his career. I think I'm good. I think I'm good right now. Angel said, get up by 30, then bring in the youngsters. Yeah, let's get up by 30 first. You're right about that. Ma Ranty? Case YGA, what's up? What's up, Case? Clippers need to go to Seattle. Maybe. That's not a bad idea, although Steve Ballmer, the richest owner in the NBA right now, did just build a brand new stadium for the Clippers, so I don't think they're going to be moving anytime soon. Darnell said, Lakers getting crushed. We can go around the league real quick. I do want to just check the box score real quick for the Knicks. I said we were going to check the box scores, and then I didn't check the box scores. Deuce McBride is our leading scorer with 16 points off the bench. You love to see the bench score for us a little bit here. Clarkson chipped in an 8. That's fine. That's cool. I'll take that. Brunson, our leading scorers with the starters with 13 points. Bridges with 10. He only played 12 minutes with the foul trouble. Anunoby's only played 12 minutes his first game back from injury. He's got 5. Towns with 10. This kind of game where guys are just kind of doing what they're doing. Pretty, uninspired game from Josh Hart. He doesn't have to be a maniac tonight because the Jazz are terrible. So that's good. Good rest for him. OG Rue, what's up, OG Rue? Yeah, I said 1.5 years. Giannis is a free agent. Yeah, and, we'll see how he ages. I think he'll still be really good, but them injuries, man, them injuries keep piling up for him. Kay said Scatterboo for Giannis. I mean, if they would accept it, I'd offer it. I would offer it. Let's go around the league. Get that out of there. Let's go over here. Let's go to the scores. Go around the league. It's only a 17-point game for the Celtics over the Lakers. Not insurmountable. Not insurmountable at all. 80 to 97. They're going to go into the fourth quarter. If they can get to maybe 15 or under, not terrible. Angel said the Greek Freak messed up when he signed that last contract. He wasn't happy then, and he let himself get sweet-talked. Yeah. If he really wanted to keep the pressure on Milwaukee, you should have kept signing the 1-and-1s the way LeBron did. If you were really hesitant about your possibility of winning with that organization, but I get it. I get it. Money is money. They put that big old number in front of you. It's hard to say no to it. But Kay said Giannis to the Lakers. It's a possibility. Possibility with the way Austin Reeves has been playing. It is a possibility. It's a 15-point game, by the way, at the end of the third quarter there. 15-point game going into the fourth. Not insurmountable for the Lakers there. Are the Celtics going to collapse? It would be hilarious. I would love to see it. Although I would hate to see the Lakers win yet again, but I want to see the Lakers lose, but I don't. I mean, I want to see the Celtics lose, but I don't want to see the Lakers win. The conundrum. The Magic up by 8 against the Heat here at the end of the third. Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. A bad quarter for the Heat there. Only 19 points. Only 19. The Nuggets still getting slapped up by the Hawks here. Up by 17. Quick math. Up by 17 for the Atlanta Hawks. Spurs up by 8 at halftime against the Cavs. They put up 72. Pistons only up by 5 at half against the Blazers. Okay. Room for a Pistons loss, obviously. Knicks couldn't even put up 70 points in the half with that terrible second quarter. Avey said, I just don't want the Knicks to overpay. Our problem is team defense and no bench. Yeah, and if they trade for Giannis, in any variation of any trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo would leave the Knicks with less players and a thinner bench. So I'm good. And a team that doesn't make sense. Trading for Giannis would be 2 steps back to try and make 3 steps forward in the offseason. Like there's way too many variables for that to happen. And I think this front office is too smart to take that risk. If Giannis goes to the Lakers, it has to be LeBron. Money-wise, I guess it would have to be LeBron. LeBron has a no-trade clause, so it's not going to happen. Reeves, I think, is only making like something in the 20s. So you'd have to pair Reeves, who's got a big contract that they can pair with him. I don't know. It can't be LeBron because he's got a no-trade clause. Susan ups her membership for a full year, 12 months now for Susan. Thank you, Susan, for your generosity. Thank you for always supporting the community. Thank you for that. Very generous of Susan to continue to be a member. Thank you, Susan. OKC, I love seeing you being a diehard fan of the Knicks. Appreciate you, OKC. Yak said Milwaukee doesn't want LeBron. And Milwaukee doesn't want LeBron. You're right about that. Kay said Giannis to the Lakers for AD's contract. Well, they no longer have AD's contract. Giannis to the Mavs for AD's contract. Giannis and Cooper Flag. Mark said, welcome to the 1-year club. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. Just that said, UConn's up big too. Did you guys see Syracuse and Karl-Anthony? Nice big win over Tennessee the other day. Saw that. Raptors losing to the Hornets. The Raptors can continue to lose. Play them on Tuesday. Kay said Giannis is the Dwight Howard. No, he's got two MVPs in his case. So a little bit better than Dwight Howard was. Dwight Howard was great. Don't get me wrong. 4 Defensive Player of the Years, I think, for Dwight Howard. He was great. But so rooting for the Hornets. Rooting for the Pacers because I don't want to see the Pacers have a high lottery pick. So rooting for the Pacers. The 76ers are putting a whooping on the Bucks right now. They're up by 23. A National Blowout Association in full effect. Bucks getting blown out. Jazz getting blown out. The Lakers getting blown out. The Nuggets getting blown out by 21 points. Oh, no, it's only 11. My bad. I can't do math. 11-point game. Nuggets are right there. They're not getting blown out. Okay, so he said, I have a good friend of mine who's a diehard Lakers fan. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate, OKC. I'm kidding. But here we go. We're back into the game. And the Knicks come out and turn it over on the first play. Oh, you want to see. Keontae George down the lane against Towns. Gets the floor to go. And it is a 19-point game. Now I don't like it. Now I don't want the lead to be in the teens. I don't want the lead to be in the teens at all. I don't like that. Towns fires the 3, and there we go. All right, we're back into it. Thank you, Towns. I'll be upset if the lead is in the teens, and then I'll be happy, celebratory, when it's in the 20s plus. Mikal has it up top. Knicks with a 22-point lead, 71-49. And I like Towns. That's his third made 3 of the game. Hopefully he's going to start getting into a rhythm there. Towns fouls Markkanen on the jumper. Going to send Markkanen to the foul line for 2 free throws. He said, let's go Cavs. I'd like to see the Cavs lose again. Be hilarious. Mark.tv. The other Mark. Mark said, thank you, Towns. He giveth and he taketh. He knocked down the 3. Fouled Markkanen. Markkanen at the foul line. Knocks down the first one, knocks down the second one. 71-51, only a 20-point lead for the Knicks. Bridges bringing it down. Coming to his left off the Towns screen. Bridges driving it down. Takes it out to Brunson. Brunson in the right wing. Kicks it up top to Towns, being guarded by George. Towns up top. Jab step, driving to his left. In the lane. Takes it out to Josh Hart. A wild, terrible pass. Josh Hart able to save it. Back out to Towns. A deep left wing three there. 2 in a row for Karl-Anthony Towns. His 4th made 3 of the game. Karl-Anthony Towns. I said he was due for a big game from three-point land. Maybe that's tonight. Already his 3rd made 3, right? 4th made 3. He's 4 for 5 from three-point range. They get over to Markkanen. Markkanen coming to his right at the Nurkic screen. Markkanen kicks it up top to George. George driving to his left in the corner to Bailey. Jab step being guarded by Brunson. Backing him down. Got the size advantage in the paint. And they call the offensive foul on Ace Bailey. Too aggressive using the off arm. Hit Brunson in the chin. And the refs hit him with the offensive foul. So the Knicks will bring it down with a 23-point lead. That's more like it. Can we get a 30-point lead, please? I'm dying for it. Bridges has it up top, coming to his left off the Towns screen. Stops, turns, spins. Trying to get it to Towns. They get over the top to Towns. Nurkic trying to deny him the ball. Towns going to put the ball on the floor. Drive, high off glass. Can't get it to go down. In and out halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. Towns with the floor, so we're 5 on 4. Markkanen kicks it out to Bailey. Bailey, a left wing 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Towns knocks it out of Nurkic's hands, but it's out of bounds off of Towns. Just that's it. Cat has a streak going. 4 for 5 from 3. He said, Deuce McBride, you're not the only shooter on the team. But it's important to get Karl-Anthony Towns red hot from three-point lane, because he needs to be. They kick it out to Nurkic on the pick and pop 3. Can't get that one to go. A long rebound. Markkanen knocks it out of bounds. It's going to go to the Knicks. Kitty POV, what's up? What's up, Kitty? Brunson is probably top 3 NBA. I don't know about that. Anunoby to the rim, gets the easy layup off a nice jab step and drive against the rookie Ace Bailey. Then Bailey, silly play, runs over and tries to grab Anunoby, but it's an easy layup for him already. You just got to let him go. So Anunoby gets the and one layup to go. Kitty POV said, okay, top 2. Let's start with top 5. Let's get the top 5 first. Not when we got Jokic and SGA doing what they're doing. Anunoby knocks down his and one free throw. 77-51. Keontae George down the lane, draws the foul against Brunson. He's going to go to the foul after 2. We're getting some foul calls here and there. Okay, don't love that. Don't love that. AP, remind people to like button. Appreciate you, AP. If you're enjoying the show so far, leave a like, show some support for the community. He said maybe top 6 or 7. Yeah, around there. Definitely top 10. Can we sneak him to 6 or 7? Maybe. I'd have to go through it. George at the foul line knocks down the first one. Knicks, find themselves back up by 25 here now, so we're having fun again. He said, let's go Knicks. JB, Giannis to Vancouver. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Brunson will bring it down. Keontae George knocked down both free throws. Anunoby up top, back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Bailey, and now over to Towns. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Nurkic. Towns looking, takes it out to Anunoby on the left wing. Jab step, driving to his left, step back, fall away, long 2 for OG. Can't get it to go. Nurkic with the rebound. Quick outlet to George. Keontae George bringing it down. Bridges will pick him up. George up top, coming to his left off the Nurkic screen, driving it down in the lane, step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper. Can't get that one to go. Loose ball. Ace Bailey had it, but he can't put the ball back in. Josh Hart home run pass over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left, pulls it back out. Got it in the post against Keontae George. They show a double team. They kick it out to Brunson, right corner 3, over Mikal. Jalen Brunson welcomes himself to the three-point party we're having so far here in this third quarter, and it's 80-53. A 27-point lead. Can you give me a 30-point lead, please? Poor favor. They hand it off to Ace Bailey, a left wing 3 over Josh Hart. Ace Bailey knocks down his first 3 of the game. He's been firing away. He hasn't been able to hit him. He gets that one to go. Brunson gets it into Hart. Josh Hart has it on the right wing. Get it back to Brunson, right corner, same spot. Same result for Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson, who's had some rough shooting games as well, getting in on the three-point action here tonight. That is his fourth three of the game. He's 4 for 5 from 3. Towns is 4 for 5 from 3. McBride is 5 for 6 from 3. Or 5 for 7? 5 for 6 from 3, I believe. Kitty said that's why he's top 5. Gigi said, so today Brunson decided to hit all his threes when he's been messing up my ticket 2 consecutive days. Trade him ASAP. Listen, man, sometimes players go through slumps. Sometimes they go through slumps, but we're back into it. He had 2 bad shooting games in a row. Very unlike Jalen Brunson. Usually darts right back with a good game after a bad game. He had two rough ones in a row against Toronto and then against Boston, but a little bit of a bounce back, a little bit of a get right against the Charlotte Hornets, and definitely a get right bounce back game here tonight against the Jazz, as everybody is bouncing back, getting right against the Jazz. Just in time to go up and play that bruising Orlando Magic team down there in Orlando. Because that's a no injuries, please, brother. Don't even put that out there right now. Don't even put that out there. Just enjoy the basketball. Because that's a too many timeouts. Get this game over with. Both teams still have 5 timeouts remaining for both sides already. I mean, still. 5 timeouts remaining. Still. Unless they're going to take one away from the Jazz here, and then they'll have 4 remaining. The Knicks still have 5. Why would the Knicks need to call a timeout tonight? Just that's an OG 99% in your opinion. He's still rusty. I think he's looked healthy, though. He's moved perfectly fine. He's moved like OG Anunoby, right? That 1% remaining is him hitting a 3. He's 0 for 2 from three-point range tonight. Cross Signal said, any update on Shamet? Not yet. Not yet, Cross Signal. Not yet. They said reevaluated in about 4 weeks, and it's been only about 2. So still got another 2 weeks before we hear probably another update on him. Just that said, Lansanity, a month and away at least? Yeah. Because he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So probably another 2 weeks after that is when we can expect him back on the court, I would assume. Yak said, when our threes fall, we look so damn good. They generate good looks from 3. They just have not consistently knocked them down this year from your best players. Like Brunson's sitting at about 35.5%, which is like, that's fine, but he's like a 38 to 40% three-point shooter. Same for Towns. He's hovering around 33, 34% when he is a 40% three-point shooter. So if the Knicks can get their stars going, knocking down threes consistently, the open ones that they've been getting, you got Landry Shamet back. You finally got Anunoby back. You got Josh Hart actually knocking down threes. This team should be good going forward. Just Dad said JC00 looks good tonight. Jordan Clarkson, I don't know if he's looks good tonight or he's looked like not bad. He hasn't looked bad. Ace Bailey misses that 3. Bridges bringing it down the other way. They kick it out to Clarkson. Clarkson driving it down up top. Josh Hart, he's going to hesitate from 3. Stop, turn, spin. Hits Brunson, cutting back door. Brunson with the pass fake in the paint. Little fall away jumper over Mikal. Comes up short. He knew it, but Markkanen there to secure that rebound. A little over 8 minutes to go. Keontae George has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. They shovel it over to Nurkic, down low to Markkanen. Josh Hart knocks into the air, and Clarkson comes over in the help. There's a good play defensively from Jordan Clarkson. Josh Hart going the other way, coast to coast, lefty layup. Can't get it to go, but does draw the foul on use of Nurkic. Going to send Josh Hart to the foul line for 2 free throws. KDPOV said, Kolek is better than Clarkson. Yeah. It's not, like, undebatable. But I do think he's been more impactful, especially recently, than Jordan Clarkson. Mark L, what's up, Mark? Archie Gaming? What's up, Archie? We need Mitch free throws. It would be nice if Mitch can knock down some free throws tonight. Josh Hart knocks down his first free throw. Speaking of made free throws, got one more coming. Josh Hart goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Knicks lead by 29. Can you give me a 30-point lead, please? I've been asking for it all night since the first quarter. We have yet to get one. Markkanen hands it off to Bailey. Bailey fires yet another 3, and he makes that one. He's clearly feeling it. He continues to fire away, ultra confident. The Knicks, that 30-point lead is just eluding them time and time again. Every time they get close, The Jazz knock down a couple of shots to keep him away. Brunson's bringing it down, pulls it back, puts up the three. He's feeling it tonight from three. Can't get down when to go. Josh Hart, the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Towns. Towns fires away from three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. So both of them were 4 for 5. Both of them missed open threes. Now they're 4 for 6. And a terrible lob pass from Ace Bailey to Lauri Markkanen over his head. And it flies out of bounds. Ball going back to the Knicks. Brunson on the right wing. Get it over to Bridges. Wide open right corner three on the go screen. He can't get down on the go. Long rebound. Mikal able to grab it. And now here comes Keyonte George. Look, 3 wide open threes for the Knicks, and they miss them. Get it over to Markkanen in the paint. Throws up the righty hook. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul on Jordan Clarkson there. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Under the 7-minute mark. Archie Gaming said Kolek is good when he wants to be. He has a selective shot selection. I mean, he's a pass-first point guard, so he's trying to get his other guys involved. That is the thing he does. The thing that I like about Kolek more than Clarkson is I think he's a more intuitive defender, playing harder defensively. And I do think he's more impactful offensively with his playmaking so far, especially considering that Jordan Clarkson's really only value at this point in his career is the fact that he can score points, and he has really been struggling to efficiently score points. I don't know, 2 weeks now. He's been in a bad slump, especially from three. Markkanen knocks down both of his free throws. So that's where I'm at with Jordan Clarkson. I just need him to get back to being somewhat efficient. Brunson up top, being guarded by Mikal, coming to his left. Knicks running a horn set there. They swing it out to Towns, driving to his right, down the lane, goes up, a lot of contact, puts it up, can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. Going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 6:40 to go. A lot of free throws now. A lot of fouls being called. Leroy Whitted. What's up, Leroy? As long as they win, I don't care about threes. Sometimes they shoot themselves out of games. Yeah. I mean, you have to, I talk about it all the time, you have to have multiple ways of being able to win a basketball game. If your first option is if you are a three-point shooting team, and I do think the Knicks are a three-point shooting team with Towns, Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby. Like, they've got great three-point shooters all around. McBride now has entered that stratosphere. Towns knocks down his first free throw. But, you know, the three-point shot can elude you on a night. You could have a bad shooting night from everybody or from a guy, and then suddenly your offense is struggling. You should be able to have multiple ways of winning a basketball game. Like, okay, the three-point shot's not going down tonight. Let's get into the lane. Let's get some layups, or let's draw some fouls. Let's win by getting ourselves to the foul line. Let's win by beating them with the possession game and grabbing offensive rebounds and out hustling them. Let's win with our defense. You have to have multiple ways of winning a basketball game. And I think that's what elevates a good team to a great team. And I think that's what the Knicks need to be able to learn as the season goes on. Towns does knock down both of his free throws. Kevin Love, beautiful pass down low to Lauri Markkanen. He's got Josh Hart on him, so it's going to be a mismatch. Don't love that matchup. Did Anunoby start the second half? He did start the second half. My bad. Misremembering it. Brunson gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Towns. Towns in the post being guarded by George on a mismatch. He picks up his handle, looking for a pass. Tries to kick it out and knock that out of bounds. Off of Towns. Come on, Towns. How does that happen? How does that happen? 87-63, a 24-point lead for the Knicks. Keyonte George bringing it down over to Markkanen, down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand. Gets it to go. Bad defense for the Knicks yet again. And it's back to a 22-point game. I want my 30-point lead, Knicks. Give it to me. Brunson has it in the post, being guarded by Sensabaugh in the paint. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go, but a late foul call is called on Sensabaugh. And it's going to send Brunson to the foul line for 2. Mark said Kolek is a huge ice pack on his right hip. That's not great. That's not great. Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? Gigi said, would you do OG, Hart, and Mitch, and Yabu for Giannis? Yeah. It's tough. It's tough with the OG thing. Like, I think you have to get Giannis, but, you know, it's just, you don't have that go-to wing defender. I mean, you keep Bridges. If I could swap OG for Bridges, and obviously I can't because OG is more valuable, and that makes the money work, but I think you would have to, unfortunately. But I would hate to see OG go. Not because I love OG, but I think he's that damn important to this team. Brunson knocks down both of his free throws. It's 89-65. My score was a little bit off there. Brunson knocked down both of them. Kevin Love gets it over to Sensabaugh, driving to his right, loses the handle. Clarkson able to pick it up. Jordan Clarkson bringing it down. Shoves it over to Brunson. Brunson driving down in the lane, in the paint, throws up the floater, got it to go. And just like that, Knicks back up by 26. McBride is in the game. The Human Torch, the walking flamethrower, Deuce McBride, back out there. Get over to Sensabaugh, coming to his right. Pulls it back to the corner, puts up the three over Robinson. Comes up well short, a long rebound, right back to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh dancing with it against McBride, down the lane, and he gets a big right-handed hammer. Deuce McBride thought somebody was going to pick him up. That wasn't his man, but there was nobody in the vicinity. And Sensabaugh gets a big one-handed hammer in the paint. Brunson bringing it down, hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by George, coming to his right at the Robinson screen. Over to Josh Hart in the right corner. Pump fakes, back to Brunson. Brunson puts up the three. Can't get that one to go. Missed his last two. Robinson comes up with the steal, though, on Ace Bailey. Leaves it off for McBride. McBride with three, line me up. Got it to go. Deuce McBride picks up right where he left off. The Human Torch. Deuce McBride, the tray ball. Trey McBride, step back three for Keontae George trying to answer. Off the back rim, he can't get it to go. Brunson chases down the long rebound, bringing it down the other way. Brunson has it on the right wing. Dancing with it against Lauri Markkanen. Now has it in the post against him. Now he pulls it back out to the perimeter. Brunson over to Clarkson. Swings through along the baseline. Takes it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, a left corner three. Josh Hart in and out, can't get it to go. Robinson, the offensive rebound. Shoves it over to Clarkson. Clarkson out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Clarkson. Up top, wide open, straightaway three. Jordan Clarkson joining in on the action. Everything coming up for the Knicks. And there is our 30-point lead. 97-67. Okay, now we can fully enjoy the basketball game. Sends the ball, gets it over to Bailey, being guarded by Clarkson, dancing with it. Mid-range pull-up jumper, long too. Terrible shot attempt. Terrible shot selection for Ace Bailey there. Angel said, Kevin Love is still in action. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. I always liked Kevin Love. Kind of wished he could have been like the end of the bench, Udonis Haslem type of guy for the Knicks, but this might be his last year. Who knows? I do value him as a vet, though. Brunson has it up top on the right wing. Forgot to restart the timer. We have 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Josh Hart coming to his right at the Robinson screen, shoves it over to Clarkson down low. Clarkson gets caught in the air, kicks out to McBride. Another one, line me up. Oh my goodness, Deuce McBride. Maybe stop leaving Deuce McBride open from three, Utah. Maybe stop leaving that guy open for three. He is now 7 for 9 from three-point range. Are you kidding me, Deuce? I need Deuce McBride to hit like 10 threes tonight. I need him does J.R. Smith have the Knick record at 10? No, DiVincenzo broke it. DiVincenzo have what, 10 or 11? Something like that? Knicks now up by 33. They already have 100 points with 3:30 to go. Now I can catch up my timer. Shows that's at Hart plus 35. See, this is why the plus-minus is nonsense, especially in blowouts like this. Plus-minus is nonsense. Josh Hart has been the least impactful starter for the Knicks tonight. That's not true. Maybe Anunoby. No, I don't know. Josh Hart has kind of been the least impactful Knicks tonight because he's like a hustle, energy, and effort guy, and he hasn't had to do those things because they've been up by 20 points since the start of the game. Literally went up 23-0. Kitty said sixth man of the year right there. He'll be penalized because he started a bunch of games for the Knicks while Anunoby was down, but and he wears a Knicks jersey, so he'll be penalized for that. But there's a lot of good guys who's been very good off the bench for teams this year. So that's a stacked category for sure. Kay Hayes said, Deuce about to break Dante's record. Is it 10 or 11? I feel like, did he tie it or did he break it? I think he broke it, right, against the Pistons that year. Knicks most made threes in a game. Just that said plus minus content. Come on, dog. Look at this AI nonsense. This is why you can't trust. If you go to Google and you type something in, this is why you can't trust AI. This is why you cannot trust it. Don't ever trust the AI overview. You can read the AI overview, but then go and confirm it with like an actual site. They say Dante DiVincenzo made 24 threes against the Orlando Magic. Oh no, the New York Knicks set the team record for most threes in a game with 24 threes. All right, but that's not what I looked up. Knicks player. Even Chinzo with 11. Even Chinzo with 11. Just that. So this is a game where Mitch tries a three? I hope so, man. Oh, we got a close game. Magic Heat. Magic Heat. Mitch point center yak. Let's see it, man. Let's see it. Should I pull up the Magic Heat game just to see the end of it? I'll pull it up on the second screen over here, since it's the only exciting thing going on around the league. The Celtics fully pulled away from the Lakers, so that game's over. Reeves did end up with 36 and 8. How'd that happen? He got hot at some point. We got this game on here, so we can watch the ending as we go through our game here. And the Nuggets down by 8 going into the fourth quarter against the Hawks. It would be nice to see the Hawks lose as well. Also, I got to silence them. I don't need you talking. There you go. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Back into our Knicks game. Kevin Love, a straightaway three up the pick and pop. Too strong, can't get it to go. Clarkson and Brunson convene for a rebound. And then Brunson turns it over, battling for it, knocked out of bounds by Sensabaugh as he dove for it. And it's a three-point game here, and the Magic have the ball. I said I was going to sync my timer up, and then I didn't do that. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Step back three from Franz. Terrible shot. Airballs it. 1 minute to go. It's a one-possession game. 103-106. Miami down by 3, and they get the ball back. But here we go. Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Brunson runs right into Collier. No foul calls. Collier hits the floor. Brunson in the paint. Almost turns it over. Again, way too wild, and he does turn it over. Ball still loose. No, he doesn't turn it over because Josh Hart picks it up and he throws it down. Terrible, terrible possession there for Brunson, but it ends up in 2 points for Josh Hart. Brunson almost turned it over. Collier up top to get over to Keontae George. Knicks now up by 35. Give me a 40-point lead now. Kevin Love fires a high-arcing three over Robinson. Robinson right in front of his face. He still knocked it down. 70-102 with 2:30 to go. Josh Hart on the left wing. It's a one-point game here. Magic have the ball back. Brunson step back, baseline fall-away jumper. Got it to go over Collier. Collier bringing it down over to George, driving down the lane. Takes an extra step. No travel call, though. Kevin Love on the glass. Clarkson knocked it out of his hands. He can't get the tip to go. McBride bringing it down. McBride's going to shoot. Oh, he's not going to shoot the pull-up three. He wanted to, but Collier was right there. Get over to Clarkson. He's going to attack Kevin Love. Blows right past him, and Love just grabs Clarkson and fouls him. And then immediately walks back to the bench. Kevin Love is done with it tonight. He's done. And it looks like Jaime Jaquez got the block on Wendell Carter Jr. It's going to be a jump ball in a one-point game with 30 seconds to go in that one. And there's 3.1 on the shot clock for the Magic, too. Clarkson knocks down the first free throw because the Knicks are in the bonus, so he's at the foul line. Now Dimitri. What's up now, Dimitri? Hope you're having a good time tonight. Paul Dog NYC. What's up, Paul? Bane heaves up a three, can't get it to go. Bam with the rebound. They're bringing it down. All right, here we go. We're going to call this game real quick. Bam bringing it down. Hands it off to Norman Powell. Norman Powell has it up top, being guarded by Jalen Suggs. One team's walking away a winner. One team's walking away a loser. It's a one-point game. The game will be decided here. Powell coming to his right off the screen. Stop, turn, fall away. Terrible shot. Well contested. Can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds by the Magic. Going to stay with the Heat here. So they have another opportunity. They're going to call the timeout with 5.7 to go in the game. Brunson dancing with it. We're back into our Knicks game. They kick it out to Anunoby. Pump fakes from three, driving it down. Back out to Brunson. Brunson puts up the three off the Anunoby pass, and he splashes it. Jalen Brunson continuing his masterful night. It's 108-72. I missed the basket there from the Jazz. Collier down the lane against Clarkson. Puts up the layup, gets it to go. 108-74. I keep saying Collier, but it's Collier. They get over to McBride. Back out to Brunson. Brunson pulls it out, being guarded by Collier. Coming to his right, off the screen. Step back three for Brunson. 2 in a row. 2 in a row for Jalen Brunson. You cannot guard this guy when he's got the three-point shot going. The handle's too tight. The shooting's too strong. And a loose ball foul on Sensabaugh, battling for the loose ball against Brunson. Pushes off on him in order to grab it. It's 111-74. The Knicks up by 37 points. Can we get a 40-point lead? Can we get the 40? Can I get super greedy? Karen said, Lakers 105, Boston 126, end of the game. They did end up pulling it out. Tyler Hero's not playing tonight. He's in street clothes. Brunson's at the foul line. They are in the bonus. And there was a loose ball foul and sends the ball. So Brunson back at the line looking for more buckets, more points. Brunson up to 32 points now. Just stacking them up there. 1 minute to go. I forgot to restart the timer. We're not synced up at all. But you know what? In a blowout, it doesn't really matter to be synced up. Albert said empty the bench. We got to empty the bench in the fourth quarter for sure. Bench got to be emptied for majority, if not the entirety of the fourth quarter here. Do you think, Mike Brown? Do you think? Collier bringing it down, a 39-point lead, 74-113, under a minute to go. Collier bringing it down, being guarded by Clarkson, hands it off to George, being guarded by McBride. They get it back to Collier. Collier coming to his left off the Kevin Love screen. I guess he remained in the game. Over to Filipowski, a three over Robinson. Can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Clarkson. Now over to Brunson. Brunson will bring it down. Brunson being guarded by Sensabaugh on a switch. Coming to his right. Brunson in and out dribble. Driving it down in the lane. High layup off glass. Can't get it to go. But Mitchell Robinson right there for the tip. And there's our 40-point lead. It felt like it took forever for the Knicks to get a 30-point lead. And now suddenly we're up by 41. 115-74. We're under 30 to go. Collier is going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Or try to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. It's about a 6-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Collier, bullet pass, over to Sensabaugh, right corner three. He's open, got it to go. McBride mad at himself for not getting to that pass and not getting to the shooter quick enough. 77-115, Brunson will bring it down for the final possession here. Collier switched on to Brunson to get over to Clarkson. Clarkson hands it off to Brunson. Brunson quickly kicks it out back out to Clarkson. Pump fake, sidestep, puts up the three. He's open at the buzzer, can't get it to go. So we'll have to settle for a 38-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Dang it. The Knicks let us down again. All right, here we go. Let's call this final possession here for Heat Magic. They lob it into Bam. Bam swings through to his left, putting his head down. And they immediately foul. They had a foul to give. So another side out of bounds possession here for the Heat. AB said so much for the 5-0 Bulls. Let's go around the league. Actually, before we go around the league, because I'm sure this game is already ended, because the stream is always going to be behind. So let's just watch the final minutes tick off here. They get it into Bam. Bam's got nowhere to go. Bam just heaves up a shot, and that's it. And terrible final possession for the Heat there. Terrible final possession for the Heat. They did not even run a play. They inbounded it to Bam, and then it looked like Bam didn't know what the play call was. As Norman Powell tried to come over for a handoff, and Bam wasn't ready for the handoff action, and kept the ball, and then just had to heave it up with Wendell Carter Jr. all over him. So the Miami Heat end up losing. And Bam extremely frustrated. Somebody didn't know the play call there. I'll tell you that. All right, let's go around the league now that the Magic have won. We know the end of that game. So a couple of games have ended. We can look at them real quick. Celtics beat the Lakers. Magic beat the Heat. Unfortunate. So unlike the other night where almost every East team lost, the Magic win and the Celtics win. Needed the Lakers to win, needed the Heat to win. Well, it didn't need the Heat to win. Actually, the Heat had a better record than the Magic, so technically it works out. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Rafael Torres, what's up, Raf? He said so much for the 5-0 Bulls. The Bulls, yeah, getting beat down by the Pacers. I need Pacers to win. I need the Pacers to have a good second half of the season. Because I don't want them to have a high lottery draft pick. They just made it to the finals. They're having a down year. I don't need them to win the lottery. I need them to win some more basketball games. Mark.tv said, excellent quarter. We just have to survive our second quarters. For some reason, the second quarters continue to let us down. Lewis said we need Portland to win. Portland is playing the Pistons. They're down by 3. It's a close game here halfway through the third quarter. The Cavs now beating the Spurs by 17. Okay, the Cavs got red hot. Looks like they're going to end tonight with a victory. Nuggets have now tied it up with the Hawks. It looks like the Nuggets will be able to pull this one off in a close game against them. Jokic is now calmly up to a regular 29-7-7. Jalen Johnson up to a calm 15-15-13. Jalen Johnson, my goodness. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter, Kyle Anderson is in. We come out with Anunoby, McBride, Huck Porty's in the game. Clarkson and Bridges. They lob it inside, layup, got it to go for Kyle Anderson. Most points scored in the third quarter was 47. Previous franchise highs was 46. Wow, I did not realize they scored 47 points in that quarter. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Did not realize they scored 47 points in that quarter. Wow. Wow. If Clarkson hit that three, we would have had a 50-point quarter. Bridges, the right corner three, can't get it to go. Just that's it. Is Tibbs coaching? Why are the starters in? I don't know. Got to get the bench in there. Can't get out the Bailey for a three, can't get it to go. I expect at most the starters to only play three to four total minutes in this quarter. Porty, nice pass inside from McBride, but he got stripped. So ball out of bounds. It will remain with the Knicks here. Yeah, I want to see, where's Dadier? Where's my man Diawara? Get my man Diawara in there. Knicks will inbound it. They get into Porty. Now over to McBride. McBride fires a three. I was going to say, if he knocked down another one. Missed that one pretty badly, too. Way too strong. The Jazz have it. Clayton Jr. on the right wing. Pull up three for him off the screen. Too strong, can't get it to go. Porty with a rebound. Here comes Deuce McBride. Hit ahead to Clarkson. Actually get this other game off of my screen here now. The Knicks almost turn it over. Knocked out of bounds by Kyle Anderson. Just that's it. Kolek, 12 minutes, please. Yeah. And then Kyle Anderson was not paying attention and screaming at Collier. Miscommunication there between the two players. And it's 79 and 117. 120 to go. Anderson gets it over to Filipowski. Filipowski crosses over to McBride in the lane. Smokes a layup. Just hung the layup short, trying to get too fancy. Knocks his own layup attempt out of bounds, and the Knicks will get the ball back. Collier switching off with Anderson, but Anderson just walking slowly there. And then Anderson turns around to Collier, and he's like, why would we switch? Why did we have to switch? I mean, Collier was right, had to switch. Anderson just didn't get there fast enough. Kolek coming to his left, over to Clarkson. Clarkson dribbles it out, now gets it out to McBride, driving to his left. Picks up his handle, gets it back up top to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Collier. Coming to his right, picks up his handle, inside the Porty. Good catch from Porty. Stayed strong, and he got the layup to go. It's a great pass from great catch, I should say. Knicks back up by 40. Love to see it. Anderson crossing over on Porty down the lane. Gets fouled by Porty. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 9:40 to go. Raf said, happy the Knicks are winning. Let's keep going. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got a nice big game on Sunday against the Magic. Yak said, letting Porty play with the starters is smart. I guess. I mean, Bridges and Anunoby out there. The wings are out there as the starters. AP said the starters Mike is worried the Knicks can blow a lead. I think Yak is right. I think he wants to see certain guys play with some of the starters here. Also, Anunoby and Bridges haven't played a ton tonight. Haven't had to. Anunoby turns it over there, trying to get the rust out of them before we go play Orlando. So, I mean, Anunoby specifically, not so much Bridges. Clayton Jr. down the lane, knocks down a floater over Clarkson. Why did they give him 3 points there? They just gave him 3 points. It was 79 and went to 82 on a floater from Clayton Jr. And Clayton fouls Clarkson. It should be 81. Why'd they give him 3? I'm going to leave it at 81. It should be 81. Clarkson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Why did they give him? Did they just have the score wrong? I'll put it up to 82, I guess. That's wrong. That's the wrong score. David said, we better beat Orlando. I can't take another L. Yeah, 3 in the early start of the year would be rough. Clarkson knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. It would be rough. Would be rough. $22 points for Deuce McBride. Yabusele comes in for the first time. Diawara also going to the scores table. He's going to check in. McBride out. Bridges back on the bench. Anunoby's going to remain in. Try to shake off some of the rust. Raf said the Knicks on fire. They are on fire. Tonight was one of those nights. Clarkson made the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw finally after all the substitutions were made. And so Collier will bring it down with 9 minutes to go. Diawara remains at the scores table. I guess he's going to come in for Clarkson here. They get it over to Clayton Jr. Puts up the three. Got it to go. Walter Clayton Jr. Coming off his big college season at Florida. They get it over to Anunoby. Quickly down the lane. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. My man, OG Anunoby. Albert said, thank you. Empty the bench. I think he just wanted to see a couple of minutes of Kolek and Huck with the wings. Also wants to keep Anunoby out there a little bit longer just to shake off some more of that rust. Anunoby misses a free throw. Cross signal said, where's cool Mo D? Mo Diawara comes in now for Jordan Clarkson. So the Knicks are going to be out there with Kolek, Hukporti, Diawara, Yabusele, and Anunoby. Kolek does at least, Anunoby does at least knock down that second free throw. Collier will bring it down. I had my timer ticking the whole time. We got 8:40 to go here in this fourth quarter, and the Knicks up by 37. Anderson down the lane, throws up a high floater, gets a nice soft bounce as he gets it to go down over Yabusele. Would be nice to see Yabusele get something going here in this fourth quarter at some point as well. Diawara up top, hands it off to Yabu. Yabu now over to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Hukporti. Hukporti hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby dancing around the Hukporti screen, driving to his right, leaves it off for Diawara inside the Hukporti, hands it back off to Diawara at the foul line, stop, turn, spin in the paint, throws up a awkward-looking floater at the buzzer, can't get it to go. Yabusele, the offensive rebound, and put back though under the rim. Collier bringing it down, being guarded by Diawara. Cross score over to Filipowski. We are like fully in garbage time. Both teams have emptied the benches. The Knicks miscommunicate, leave Walter Clayton Jr. wide open for yet another three. Just that said, the 124 is impressive. Clayton clearly wants to make it a game. Kolek gets inside, tried to pass it off, knocked out of the air by the Jazz. It'll remain with the Knicks. Yeah, he does. But it's not going to be. I think he's just trying to get his shot going. Paul Dog NYC said, knowing Tibbs, he would have left them starters in, probably, until like the 4-minute mark. Yeah, would have left the starters in. Hukporti has it up top, fakes the handoff, gets it out to Yabusele. Yabusele in the left corner, coming to is right off the Hukporti screen, down the lane, flips it up at the basket, got it to go. An off-the-bounce made shot from Gershon Yabusele. Is that the first one we've seen all season long? Clayton Jr., another three. All right, can we guard this guy now, please? He's doing his best Deuce McBride impression. Doing his best Deuce McBride impression. Tom Thibodeau is watching this game at home and going, see? I told you guys. Can never let your foot off the gas. You never know. Just his dad with his plus minus. Clayton Jr. +2 tonight. This is why plus minus is silly. And Ace Bailey is out there. Did not realize Ace Bailey was out there. Clayton Jr. has been the guy just firing it up. He's got 11 points, 3 assists. We can continue to go around the league, and it looks like Atlanta's going to end up with a loss. They're now down by 9 to Atlanta. To Denver. KZ said, who is guarding Clayton? I think the Knicks are asking themselves the same question, KZ. They're like, whose man is this? Who's guarding him? Diawara? Kolek? Who? Who is supposed to be guarding him? Mark said, who is Tibbs? My bad. Snitchado. I forgot. Justice, that's it. Content. Cavs fully blowing out the Spurs now. They're up by 15. 8 minutes to go in that fourth quarter. The Nuggets now up by 9 halfway through the fourth. Tied ball game between the Blazers and the Pistons. The Knicks obviously blowing out the Jazz. Raptors losing to the Hornets. Wow. The Raptors lost to the Hornets not too long ago as well. Check out this box score. Quickly with 26, Barnes with 13, Brandon Ingram with 7. There were Raptors fans who were going off about Brandon Ingram, talking about, is he the best scorer the Toronto Raptors have ever had? And it's like, this guy? Yeah, maybe he got off to a nice hot start to the season, but this guy, who Toronto Raptors fans thought was the guy? Okay. They need RJ Barrett back desperately. He's an important cog in their puzzle. Is he there? OG Anunoby? Who knows? Mark said LaMelo was hurt. He even played 12 minutes. Brandon Miller got 12. They're not even getting like killed by one specific player. Like, it's just terrible defense. Everybody's getting in on the action here. Yeah, said Brown playing Yabu as a three-point shooter instead never made much sense to me. I mean, he shot like 38% from three-point range last year as a pick-and-pop guy, and that's kind of what he is. He's a pick-and-pop guy. He shouldn't, exclusive. You're right about this, yeah. He should not be exclusively a three-point shooter. You're absolutely right about that. He's definitely more versatile than that. But, I think he didn't, put himself in the best position by coming into the season out of shape. Kolek kicks it out to Yabusele. He's open for the right corner. Can't get that one to go, off the back rim. Here come the Jazz out and running. Collier got one man to beat, and Clarkson to the rim. Smokes a layup. Looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Diawara with the rebound. Out to Kolek. Kolek beating the team down the lane. Throws a terrible lob pass to Hugporty. Diawara trying to grab the loose ball. One pass to Collier. Leaves it off for, who is that? Bailey? Bailey with the two-handed slam. 126-95. Leads now down to 31, guys. Hold on. The University of Everything. Do you think Keontae will get 31 PRA? The game is over, University. This is a 30-plus point blowout as Hugporty gets a layup. The game is over. Keontae has been out of the game for a while, and he's not coming back in anytime soon. So if he doesn't already have it, the answer is no. Walter Clayton Jr. heaves up another three. Can't get that one to go. Hugporty did score in the other end. So now Hugporty has it up top. Hands it off to Kolek. Kolek being guarded by Kyle Anderson. Swing it out to Diawara. Diawara down low to Huck. Hugporty takes it out to Diawara. And a foul on Gershon Yabusele. Come on, big Gersh. Come on, Yabu. Under 6 minutes to go. We're past the halfway point. Buzzy Beater said, if Tibbs was still coaching, the starters would still be on the floor with a 35-point lead in the fourth quarter. Yeah, probably. We've seen it. Can't even deny it. We've seen it. Anderson down the lane, spins, puts up the righty hook, floater, can't get it to go. Hugporty, good defense, good rebound. Here comes Kolek bringing it down. Kolek leaves it out for Yabu. Yabu on the left wing this time. Missed it from the right wing, but knocks it down from the left wing. Yabusele getting in on the action. If we can get Yabu unlocked, we can get Yabu providing something. Collier, or Collier, how are you supposed to say it? Handling it up top. Coming to his left, good defense from Kolek. Get it over to Anderson. Anderson being guarded by Hugporty. Coming to his left, little foul line jumper. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Hugporty. Playing defense with his hands, not his feet. 5 minutes to go. AB said they better not lose the lead. Hey, man, if this goes under 30, I'll be upset. Buzzer Beater said, Melo is hurt? What else is new? Yeah, unfortunately. Kyle Anderson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 131-96. Knicks up by 35 points. Victor Marquez, what's up, Vic? Knicks will not get Giannis because his contract on $175 million, suffering from an injury. Knicks are good. I think they're good. They inquired, they made an offer. The Bucks said no thanks, and I think the Knicks were like, okay, we tried. Kolek up top, sprays it out to Clarkson in the right corner. Gets stripped, almost stripped by Kyle Anderson, but Clarkson able to recover it. Out to Kolek, back to Clarkson, blows down the lane. Tried to leave it off for Hug Porty. A bad pass. Tipped out. Collier, cross-court pass to Clayton. Pump fake. Down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Yabu. Filipowski with the offensive rebound, though. He has it in the post. Takes it out to Collier. Collier, I think it is. Drives it down. Draws the foul on Kolek and gets the floater to go. He's going to go to the foul line for one more. Mark.tv said, good game so far. I mean, fun if you're a Knicks fan. Not so fun if you're a Jazz fan. Looks like Denver's going to be able to pull the victory out. Cavs will pull the victory out. Blazers locked in a tight one with the Pistons. And a three? Who was that? Tyler Kolek with a pull-up three? Okay, Tyler Kolek. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Forgot to give Collier his and one. So 100 to 134. Knicks up by 34. 4 minutes to go. In the corner, Isaiah Collier. Got it to go. Collier. Jeez, I keep mispronouncing it. Isaiah Collier knocked it down. Another timeout for the Knicks. 31-point lead for the Knicks. 4 minutes to go. Lee Weishi, what's up, Lee? Like collard green, so Collier. But I think on the broadcast they were saying Collier. No, I was saying Collier. It is Collier. Yes, Collier. I keep saying Collier. It is Collier. You're right. Victor Marquez said, can't wait for the Knicks to see the Knicks play the Spurs. Unfortunately, the Knicks will not have the opportunity to play the Spurs while Wemby is out. When they play the Spurs, Wemby will likely be available for that game. So we will have to face that monster when the time comes. But we got a couple of good games coming up. Speaking of, we could probably at this point run through box scores real quick. Just for the Knicks starters, because obviously they're done for the night. Anunoby in his return, 11 points. No rebounds, 1 assist. Okay for OG. Didn't have to do a lot because the game was over the second it started. Albert said, put the coaches in now. Not a bad idea. Towns with 18. He did hit 4 threes, so that was nice to see. Josh Hart, 8. Didn't have to do a lot tonight. 8, 6, and 6 for Josh. Cool. Nice outing. Mikal Bridges, 10 points. Scored all 10 points in about halfway through the second quarter before he picked up his third. Came out of the game. Didn't do anything after that. Didn't have to do anything after that. The game was far over before he even came out with the 3 fouls. He only had to play 20 minutes tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns only played 22. Anunoby with 23. The only reason he played 23 was to shake off some of the rust. Brunson did end up playing 31 because he's Jalen Brunson. And Josh Hart played 28 because he's Josh Hart. But outside of that, 22 minutes for Towns is great. Got 22 minutes for McBride and 22 points. A point a minute for him. He has 7 threes tonight. Jordan Clarkson hit 2 threes tonight. It was nice to see him get back to doing what he does best, and that's putting the ball in the basket. 14 points for him. Also 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Don't sleep on the 4 assists for Jordan Clarkson. Outside of that, not much. Robinson was solid. He picked up 7 rebounds in 16 minutes, along with 4 points. So, cool. AB said, I need to see this against Orlando and Toronto. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not this exactly, but you need to see them to play well. I know what you mean. Not much to really go over. It's been a beatdown since the game started. Literally since the game started. So, Leeway said, Spurs blew their lead against the Cavs, gave up 44 points to 19 in the third quarter. Yeah, we were keeping an eye on that one, and the Spurs were up double digits on the Cavs, and then the next time we looked, the Cavs were up by like 15 against them. So that game is over. But here we go. Final 4 minutes of the game here. Kolek will bring it down. Can we get any more excitement out of here? Can we get some Diawara buckets? Is Yabu going to continue to play well? Diawara on the left wing. Coming to his right, the Hug Porty screen. Over to Kolek. In the corner to Clarkson. Driving to his left in the lane. Pump fake, steps through, puts it up. Can't get the floater to go. Good defense from Bailey. Comes Filipowski, bringing it down. Get it over to Clayton. Now over to Collier. Collier gets it over to Anderson. Kyle Anderson has it up top. A lot of standing around. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Good rebound from Mo Diawara. Shot out of cannon. I love when Mo Diawara gets a rebound and goes. Reminds me a little bit of Josh Hart. Diawara gets it over to Yabu. Yabu gets it over to Clarkson. Back up top to Diawara. Now over to Huck. Now we're directing traffic. Huck Porty hands it off to Diawara. Diawara got to make something happen. Driving to his left. Blows past the defense. Gets the lefty layup to go. Blew right past Kyle Anderson. There's Mo Diawara getting on the board there. Love to see it. With the left hand, too. The weak hand. He's a righty. Collier down the lane. Draws another foul on Clarkson. He'll go back to the foul line for 2 free throws. 2:45 to go. Eamon Owis, appreciate you. Sonny, F2S. What's up, Sonny? What happens to Bridges? They just ain't putting bro in. He's done for the night, brother. This is a 30-point beatdown, man. No, he picked up 3 fouls in the second quarter, and they didn't need the Russian to bring him back. So he's done early. He was done early. Okay, Hayes said Bridges only got 1 steal tonight. That sucks. That sucks. He's averaging well over 2 at this point. And he had that streak too, right? He had the streak of the 2 steals a game. We should put him out there and just tell him just use up your other 3 fouls and try to get the steal. to keep the streak going. Collier knocks down both free throws. 105 to 136. The 31-point lead still remains for the Knicks. Tyler Kolek will fire up the 3, can't get it to go. Battle on the glass for the board. Porty and Diawara battling for it. Ends up in the hands of Bailey. Bailey down the lane, throws up a floater. Got the floater to go. Kolek trying to draw the charge. They don't give it to him. I think the refs are trying to get out of here just like us. Kolek down the lane. Scoop layup with the left hand. Got it to go over Clayton Jr. Beautiful layup there for Kolek. Bailey ends up with it. Has it in the corner. He's going to dance with it against Diawara. Get over to Filipowski. Filipowski tried to hit the backdoor pass. Kolek saves it into the backcourt. Filipowski able to grab it. Driving it down on Huck Porty. They get it into Isaiah Collier, bringing it down, pulling it back out. Switched on to by Huck Porty. Dancing with it, over the top pass. Yabusele came over to knock the lob pass to Filipowski out of the air. He ends up fouling him. He's going to send Filipowski to the foul line for 2. With 1:40 to go. CR, what's up, CR? Let's go. Been watching you for a year and some change since I can catch the game. Long drive, you doing your thing. Appreciate it. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, CR, man. Appreciate you, man. People like UCR is part of the reason why we keep doing it, right? Would have stopped it a long time ago, but you guys keep tuning in, right? Sometimes people can't watch the games, and I appreciate that you guys tune in to me, call the game. Other people you could obviously go to. Appreciate you hanging out in here. Leeway said, great job tonight. Appreciate you, Leeway. Appreciate you. Down the lane. He missed the shot. Clarkson with the offensive rebound and put back. 140-109. The Knicks put up 140 points tonight. Collier gets it out to Walter Clayton. He chucks up a 3, can't get it to go. Yabusele with the rebound. Hit ahead to Clarkson. And then Clarkson falling out of bounds just heaves it over his head for some reason. Lands in the bench. Falls right into Ben Stiller's lap. Falls right into Ben Stiller's lap, and they have a nice conversation about it. Sadu Barry, what's up, Sadu? Albert said, remember cauliflower? Yeah, I'm going to remember collard greens. Collard greens, cauliflower, Collier. Yabu has it in the post against Anderson. Just walks him down to the middle of the paint and gets a nice little hook shot to go. 142 for the Knicks with a minute to go. Collier down the lane draws a foul on Huck Porty. Huck Porty's just a foul machine, man. Fouled out the other night in 12 minutes. Hey, Hazy, Ben Stiller always supporting. He's always there. Even in the blowout, stayed all the way through. Didn't leave early. It's a fan right there. It's a real fan. Chadi Karuchi, what's up, Chadi? Love from Sydney, Australia. Been awesome commentary. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Chadi. MBM said, Yabu and productive in the same sentence. True. His most productive game of the season in this blowout. Wow, I've been a terrible job of keeping track of the score here. It's 110 to 142. Yabusele down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand. Another one for Big Yabu. Yabusele. We're going to have to look up how much he's going to end with tonight. Bacalier gets it over to Bailey. Bailey, a mid-range jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Knicks with the rebound. Here comes Kolek. Final minute of the game. Timer's done, so we can be done with that. Kolek down the lane, and the paint puts up the floater. Got it to go. Add 2 more to the board. 146 tonight for the New York Knicks. And the Jazz will bring it down. This should be the final possession of the game, because when the Knicks get the ball back, they should just dribble out the clock. Collier in the paint throws up the floater. Got it to go. And that should be the end, as the Knicks will now dribble out the clock. And finally, this fourth quarter will end. One of the longest fourth quarters we had to watch for a while, because there were no stakes. There were no stakes. Obviously, we're rooting for guys like Yabusele, Kolek, Diawara, Hukporti to give us things at the end, to play well, to show us some things. And they did. Mark said, that's how you take care of business? Absolutely. I mean, the Jazz just absolutely did not show up tonight to start the game. So that's one reason. But, yeah, they took care of business, right? They handled it. They for sure handled it. Overall, Yabusele ends up with 11 points. So we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double figures here tonight. What was that? 7 players in double figures. 3 guys off the bench. 4 guys in the starting lineup. That's 7 players in double figures. Josh Hart only ended up with 8 tonight. Didn't have to do a whole lot. Love it when Josh Hart doesn't have to beat himself up flying around for rebounds. James Mason, appreciate you, James. Appreciate you, man. But now we move on to some serious competition. We got the easy ones out of the way. We took care of the Hornets. We took care of the Jazz. We got OG Anunoby back. And so now we are off to face a team that's bullied us twice. They bullied the Knicks twice. What kind of answer do the Knicks have now? Mark Ellis said, Chevy had enough time today to show us how to cook a fish. Knicks improved to 15-7 on the season. Denver's only up by 3 against Atlanta. Should we pull that game up? Just to watch the ending of it. AP said, imagine if we had Miles Bridges and Miles McBride and Mikal Bridges on the same team. To have the 2 Bridges on the same team, I mean, I'm good on Miles Bridges. He could stay away from my franchise, but yeah, it would start to get confusing. I mean, it's not like we ever call him Miles McBride anyway, though. That's Deuce. That's Deucey. 15 seconds to go. The Nuggets are only by 3. I'm going to put this game on over here on the second screen just to keep an eye on it. Is Atlanta going to pull off some kind of crazy ending here? Actually, we could get the Knicks game out of there, and we could put this up on the big screen over here since that's over now. So we'll watch the ending of this Atlanta-Denver game. We'll go around the league. Not much to go over in terms of box scores, just because it was an insane blowout. But the Hawks do have the ball, and they're down by 3. Okay, let's see how that ends. Hawks got to get it in. Get it into, is that Porzingis? Porzingis is playing? Porzingis is playing. He can't get a 3 off. Good defense from the Nuggets there. And then they almost turned it over. They kick it out. Alexander Walker gets blocked by Murray. Loose ball. Alexander Walker picks it up all the way to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go with 2.2 on the clock. Home run pass to Murray, and they're going to be able to dribble out the clock, and that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful job by Jokic. After the immediate score, just threw it up ahead to Murray, who was out by the half-court line, and that's going to end the game because they can dribble it out, and they win 134-133. 134-133, so Atlanta loses. Blazers and Pistons locked in a tight one. They're still halfway through the fourth quarter, so that's going to be a long game. I think we're going to stick around to see the ending of that one. But the Raptors getting absolutely smoked by the Hornets here. Another tough loss for the Raptors. They're now falling down these standings. The Pacers, the Bulls coming back. Hold on, don't. The Bulls have done this before. They did it to Philly earlier in the season. It's now a 7-point game, so Chicago not out of it yet. Rockets putting a beat down on the Suns. It is the National Blowout Association for sure tonight. All these blowouts going around. Milwaukee make it somewhat respectable. It's a 12-point game. Not out of it yet. Still almost 9 minutes to go in that fourth quarter, so Milwaukee not entirely out of it. No Giannis, obviously. Avi said they absolutely better show up for Orlando, or buzzer beater is making that call. Yeah. I mean, win, lose, or draw, they just show some fight against that Orlando team that has embarrassed you 2 times in a row, you know? Victor Marquez or Jordan Clarkson put series points against his old team. Yeah, it's nice. Nice whenever you can go back and show out against your former team. I always get nervous going up against former Knicks. I'm like, do they want to show out against the Knicks? Is it going to be a tough night? Like, are they going to have the best game of their season tonight? Like, what's going on, right? Nuggets escape with a victory tonight against the Hawks. Pull off the 20-point comeback. Survive an ending there. Jalen Johnson had a ridiculous stat line. I just want to check it out real quick. What did he end up with? Jalen Johnson with 21, 18, and 16. Ridiculous. Okay. Porzingis came off the bench tonight, and he had 25 points. So that's why I didn't notice he was actually available. Came off the bench. Dread Dead Redemption. What's up, Dread? No Giannis, no problem. I mean, for the Bucks, it's a little bit of a problem, but we'll see as they go forward how that's going to work out. Check the Detroit game. It's close. Yeah, we keeping an eye on it. I don't think we're going to stick around, though, Kwame, to watch the full of it, because they still have halfway to go through the fourth quarter. 101-97. 4-point game. But the Raptors will lose. Pacers locked in a tight one with the Bulls. Not like that really impacts the East standings all that much. And then Mavs taking on the Thunder. But the Celtics put a beat down on the Lakers. Magic pulled out a close one against the Heat. Nuggets beat the Hawks. Cavs beat the Spurs, unfortunately. And then, obviously, the Knicks destroyed the Jazz tonight. So the only other game really to keep an eye on tonight is that Blazers-Pistons game. I will be doing that, but we will not stick around for it. We will be live again tomorrow, right? Maybe not tomorrow. No, we probably won't be live tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a surprise game. Let's see. Hold on. Is there a good game even on? Maybe Rockets-Mavs, 8:30? Maybe we'll do Rockets-Mavs, 8:30, but outside of that, not a ton going on tomorrow. Back to the Battle of the Bottoms tomorrow. So if anything, we will see each other Sunday, 11:30 a.m. So we will be live for the Knicks taking on the Magic, which should be a very, very tough competitive game. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Of course, shout out to all of the channel members. Susan re-upped her membership today, so thank you, Susan, for that. She has now been a part of the channel membership tier for a full year now. 12 months. Thank you for that. Very generous of you guys. It is very cheap. It's only like $2 or $3 if you want to monetarily support the channel and show some support. Every single penny this channel makes goes right back into making the channel better. So I very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. We will be back, if not tomorrow, definitely on Sunday, 11:30 start time. It is an early start time. 12 o'clock is tip-off, so we will be live at 11:30. Of course, going through the rundown of both teams as always. Little pregame preamble there. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Whoa. With that being said, brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.